Boardcast, everyone.
Good morning, Kane. How are you doing, sir?
I'm
morning.
I'm good.
I thought
I'm
it was
good.
good night.
I'm excited for this.
Good
episode.
morning, good night, and good afternoon.
It's always morning somewhere.
All right, sir.
Yeah. Good day.
Good day.
All right.
Good day, mate.
I'm excited. When I was listening back on our previous episode, you had your segment. It was a Danny ruins children's unspoiled memories, right?
Yeah.
Also known as William.
Dr. Com.
Yeah.
Whoa. DRCUM, mate.
Yeah. I made a joke that cum usually ruins children's memories, but no one laughed.
DRC.
Maybe it was a little too touchy.
Do you know, because I go back and listen to every podcast
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 times because I'm trying to get better. So I'm researching
Yeah.
myself effectively, which is weird. But quite often you'll say funny stuff and I completely miss it at the time because I'm like already thinking the thing I'm going to
thanks,
say.
guys.
And then I'll
Yeah.
laugh at stuff you say and I'm like, oh, I feel bad now.
Too
But
late,
I'm excited
Danny,
because
too late.
listening back on that episode, that was a fun segment. I had fun with it.
Oh, thanks, man.
In the moment, I was like, these funny Transformers. But listening back on it, I was like, his name is
I
Erectus.
came up with that segment 16 minutes before we started. So I'm glad that it worked out well.
Nice.
Also, most of our stuff is 16 minutes prior. When we started this podcast, we were just like 16 minutes of William being like, let's just start recording.
Every night we finish and I plan to do the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the entire week goes past and all of a sudden it's Thursday at like 6:30. I'm like, oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Tom came in tonight. Everyone was well known of Tom the Cheater. Came in to play Magic with me again because he's on his like off swing and then he goes away on holiday from work. And so I'm not going to see him for a bit. And I completely forgot to sit down and play Magic with him. So I got in trouble a little bit. So sorry, Tom. I appreciate you being very cool about me being a terrible, terrible friend. But
As long as you continue to support the Patreon. That's right.
yeah,
Thank you very much.
I'm shouting you out on our very famous, like thousands of people are now hearing how much I appreciate you as a friend, Tom. So
Actually, you mentioned it, but we've hit really good consistent numbers for our listeners. Like we have, like I don't normally want to talk about numbers too much on our podcast, but we get easily over 100 people between YouTube and Spotify average now.
And
so
this-
I don't know who you guys are because you know.
And this episode
There's
is
probably
brought
more
to you
people than I
by...
can even.
well, you mentioned that a friend from school has been listening.
Yeah, I had someone from like my like my close friend of mine, but he just randomly started listening.
I did introduce some of my Sydney friends to listen to it.
And I had a guy that I work with on like one of the warehouses that I go to. He drives a forklift, doesn't do any hobby whatsoever, and he started listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
I was a little bit like, why to begin with? But he's like, oh, it's pretty funny. I was like,
I'm
Okay.
the fact
I'll
that
accept
people like come up to me now and say, "Hey, your podcast is pretty funny," and I'm like, "Are we actually funny?
Yeah, are we funny? Yeah.
I don't know. I can't.
I don't
tell.
know.
the thing is, a lot of time we're just talking. So are we funny or are we like funny to them?
I'm just gonna accept the compliment and that maybe they're not lying to my face.
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, you know what? If they don't think I'm funny, that's okay. They told me in my face that I'm funny.
Imagine if we're trying to be serious and they thought we're funny. So it's like at least if we let them think we're funny and we be funny, then it's okay because then it's not
It's
insulting
okay.
to us.
Have you seen the world we live in? It's better to be funny than serious now. Yeah. Remember how we started the podcast though? Like when William was randomly like, "Hey." We were having me and Danny and William were having a chat one day. And we're having a pretty candid chat, and then William just bugged us for like 10 minutes about starting a podcast.
Yeah.
No, you guys wanted to start podcast, but you didn't want to do it. And I don't like people who say things and don't do it. I have this thing that I'm against. Like, if you want to say it, do it. Like, do it and do it. Don't like, next month, next week, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but that's
Like,
my entire life,
No.
William.
No.
Everything I do is procrastinated.
Like, if you want to do it, you want to say it, you want to do it, just do it. Don't drag it.
I also agree that's like 90% of business is just getting up and doing it. Like, I don't think I'm smarter than most people, but I've successfully run a number of businesses, not because I'm any better at running business, just because I actually got up and did it.
Yes.
It's like 90% of the effort is just starting to do the thing.
I have this motto in my tagline, right? On like my Facebook and my WhatsApp, whatever.
Your Facebook, you have not accepted me as a friend. Just
Oh,
saying.
really? Oh, I don't accept anyone as a friend. So it's okay.
I'm in.
Yeah. The fuck?
All right. So it says that day one or one day.
Oh, yeah.
So it's either you want to be a day one guy or be a 1 day guy.
Yeah.
Right. So I have that motto in it's like my emblem, right? So it's like, do you want to wait 1 day to do it, or you just want to do it today?
But it's a good motto to have. Plenty of things in life is about just getting
Yeah,
up
I mean,
and
like
doing it.
just do it. Like I think like I've told
Overthinking is a curse.
it is. I told Danny about the getting the menu, like the Burger Boy menu into like Northern Boards like a year ago. And then finally, after a year, he finally did it. Like,
In my defense, it's because the menu kept fucking changing every week.
Alright.
Like I printed out a menu, and within the time that I went to Officeworks and came back with it 2 days later, the menu had changed, and I couldn't put it up because people kept asking about what was on it. I was like, fuck's sake. So I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. I wanted really like cute fold out ones that we could print
Ooh,
and then
like
hand
actual
out to people at the
hand-outs?
table
Yeah, yeah.
so they could sit down with it and then bring it back to the front and order their food. But the menu changes so frequently, it would cost me too much money at this point.
Can you imagine
continually
sitting
printing it.
down playing a game of like Magic the Gathering? The waiter walks up, sir, your menu.
I wanted like a really like light, like maybe a light
Would you
color.
like a burger?
We're not British.
Grease on your
we
fingers.
serve it with
Yes,
our hand
sir.
up in the air. Yeah. But I wanted like a really like nice like fold out one that like kind of like springed back to forth to each other, and you can sit down and then you bring it up to the like the front desk and you order your food. I thought that'd be amazing, but fucking whatever.
To me, I always tell Kang, right? So like, don't wait to print out a nice one. Just print out on a piece of paper.
You are
right?
correct, yeah. And
You
that-
just do it, and then if it works, then you go invest.
Yeah.
If it does not, then redo. Right?
It was less about that. Like having the actual menu here is absolutely correct. It was more the fact that like this week this burger would have this contents, and then the next week it would have different contents, and then the next week that burger wasn't on the menu anymore. And I'm like, please. But also at the same time, it was kind of that string out of like COVID there as well, where like we've had a bunch of stuff on the menu over the past year or so that we can't sell anymore. Like onion rings have been super popular for a long time, and onion rings only came on because there was a chip shortage. So that's the only reason we had onion rings. And then the onion rings we've had have been so popular, but now the onion rings that we've been using also don't get sold anymore. So now we've got back to no onion rings, and like we don't want to go to bad onion rings. We had good onion rings. It's important to have good quality product. So we don't want to subsidize and then go to like an average quality product, because we don't, as much as like when people want it, we want to make sure that whatever we put our name to, especially at Burger Boy, is like quality food.
I'm
no
team
average.
onion ring. I like onion rings.
I
over
like onion
chips.
rings.
Yeah.
I'm an onion ring
But
guy.
we were doing the beer battered onion rings, but the people like the only onion rings that are really good that we can get at the moment are the breaded ones, and
Like
that's
a
a
panko,
babao.
yeah.
They're okay, but they're not. You can't make them excellent like we wanted to do with the beer batter.
You want your batter to taste good too.
Yeah. I feel like the breaded ones are just like phoning it in.
That's just crunchy for the sake of crunchy.
They also
you don't taste the onion.
in the deep fryer they fry inefficiently, I guess. So it's hard to, when you have a batch of them come out, some of them will be too fried and some of them will be not fried enough. So that's why every now and again you'll get one like completely crisped over and it's like a crunchy rock. And you're like,
Speaking about fries, I learned the other day that the chicken parmesan, the classic Australian pub food, chicken parmy, right? I thought it was an Australian creation. It's not, for one. It's Italian. But
yeah.
yeah, chicken parmy is
What do you
Italian.
do? What?
Well, yes, the
That's
chicken
not
schnitzel.
Australian.
Yeah, whatever. It might be Italian, might not be Italian. I could just be making
I
it up.
thought
But
it
I'm
was-
pretty sure it's not Australian.
I thought it was not Italian. I thought it was thought to be Italian, but it's not Italian.
Maybe it isn't.
I don't know. Let's
But
go.
anyway.
Hey, we got a computer now.
But what I'm
bro.
trying to say is the
Search it.
classic Australian
Alright.
chicken parmy, right? It's chicken. It's
Okay,
chicken
wait.
parmesan.
Hold on. While
marinara,
Danny search for the thing, this episode is brought to you by.
Imperial Numismatics.
All right. Thank you very much.
See, I can pronounce the name, guys.
I
It's
can't.
not that hard.
The dish, also known as the chicken palm, originated in the northeast United States from Italian immigrants and became a popular staple in restaurants
Oh,
serving
United
Italian American
Okay.
cuisine in the 1950s.
This slides perfectly into what I'm going to say. So it is kind of Italian, kind of. But the US chicken parmy, I'm sorry, Australians, they just do it better. The American chicken parmy is over a bed of like spaghetti.
Yeah, pasta, right?
Yeah, pasta.
Yeah.
It
That makes sense,
It
because
looks
that's
more
more
Italian.
Italian.
It's more
I get that.
classic. Looks nicer. But also, I'm not a big chip guy. So
I think it's because Australians are just really bogan and like they can't. Pasta's still too exotic for them. Like,
you guys love pasta, though, right?
do people
There's
order
a
they
lot of
like?
it. There's a lot of Italians.
Or do they
in
like
Australia.
Easy Mac? You know what I mean?
I still make Easy Mac to this day.
What is Easy Mac?
It's okay. This is the okay. William, let me tell you about the trashiest breakfast you can have. Easy Mac is this powdered cheese substitute,
Right.
and then like macaroni. You boil it, you stir in that powdered cheese like substitute. There's your breakfast.
So
You'd eat for breakfast.
Listen, I don't eat it often, but every now and again when I have it, I'm like, I'm just eating like powdered
Nightmare.
cancer.
I came from Malaysia, right? So our breakfasts are pretty full on.
Yeah, you guys don't have to cook food for breakfast.
does
You guys
that
go to the street.
Like
for
full
breakfast.
on. Like you eat like food for like
Yeah.
breakfast. Not
Dude.
like bread and like jam.
You know
or
what?
whatever.
You know what the culture shock
What
was?
is? What? Just give me an example.
Like
Sorry.
you eat like whatever you eat in like Shiok in the markets.
A Malaysian
I'm okay with
restaurant.
that.
Yeah, that's like for breakfast. For breakfast.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm on board with that. I'm a big proponent of there's no breakfast food. Food is just food. And if you get up, because I think in my times when I've been much healthier.
Well, I mean, you don't want to eat like oily fried food in the morning, right?
yeah, true. But I don't want to eat oily fried food all the time anyway.
I know,
But like veg. I'm when I would go to Indonesia, I like that you'd have like rice and stuff in the morning.
Yeah.
Because like rice is a good power food you have early. It's actually better to
It's
eat in the
actually
morning.
what
a lot
I
of
grew up
carbs.
eating for
Yeah.
breakfast. Yeah.
You do that and a bit of chicken and stuff like that, and give you the protein and the energy you need for the day. And then at the end of the day, at the end of the night, you have a little bit of fruit and something that's going to like slow down the metabolism. You know what I mean?
So here's the culture shock for a lot of people coming to Australia. Like I talk to people that are immigrants to Australia. In a lot of Southeast Asia and Asia in general, you actually don't really need to cook breakfast at all. You kind of just walk down the street and you go to a restaurant. You just go to like a little breakfast place that does breakfast foods, especially in like Asian culture. You just go down, you get some like dim sum or whatever, because dim sum is a breakfast thing.
Yes.
You go down, you hang with people, have tea for like morning tea, and then you have some like nice little steamed foods, and there's your light breakfast.
Some
and you go on.
fried stuff.
Yeah, you can have some fried stuff.
squid
Do you
tentacles.
think maybe because it's more cost effective to eat out every morning
No,
in that kind of place? Or
yes.
It's just easier.
It
cooking
is
at home.
more cost effective to eat out in Asia compared to here.
Because if you go to like Dome or something, get breakfast there, you're spending like $30, $40. You can't do that every day.
But also,
it's
it's
crazy.
because Australia is more scattered as a population and more expensive. So you can't have that like, hey, wake up in the morning, just go down and have breakfast.
I think our natural state of everything costing way more money in Australia has really created its own system of like existence that might be different to a lot of other places in the world, right?
But I've been exploring and having plenty of food lately. I've started my uni semester again, and what I like to do is after I finish my classes, I usually go in early in the morning and I finish up around afternoon time. On my way back, I like to stop around town and get some food. So I've been actually going out
So you're a
exploring.
foodie? Like you explore like a foodie?
I don't call myself a foodie, but I like food. My dad's a chef, and my mom's been in hospital her whole life. So I've been one of the very few fortunate people where I grew up with a lot of good food around me. So I like my food, and I'm not a picky eater too. You know how some people don't like tomato or don't like certain things, don't like eggplant or whatever. I think that if someone doesn't like a certain food, that's totally fine. But I feel like maybe they've introduced that food wrong.
Yes.
I feel like
Yeah,
every
agree.
good food has a chance to shine. Even like, you know how people talk about how like Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts are bitter. Don't like them at all. And then I had some Brussels sprouts made by Nem.
Oh,
our
those
chef,
things were so good,
and they were
bro.
pretty good. I
was like-
that's nice.
it
Changed my opinion on it entirely.
He like he didn't. What did he? I don't know how he prepped them. Like grilled them and like they were crispy and like had
Had
like this.
like a Swedish sweet honey.
if
glaze
you
to
want
it.
an exclusive
Bro, that was
taste
so
on this
good.
Brussels sprouts, join the Platinum Patreon right now.
That's
just call it the
Williams.
Nem tier.
Yeah, that's Williams $250. Sorry, discount $150 tier.
That's right.
The problem with the Nem tier is that you don't know if you're going to get food or like a rant about like Donald Trump. You're going to get one of the two, and you might want to eat one and not the other.
But yeah, I've been going around town and enjoy like just kind of.
Danny, make the tier. Make that Platinum tier.
I guess I could just shove it on there.
Yeah, just
no
do
one's
it.
going to do it. And
gonna-
if someone does,
you might
like,
get,
if someone does it,
what if you do?
I'll make them make that Brussels sprouts.
it's true.
Yeah,
I'm
Williams,
like, yeah,
Williams
I'll-
a make person do things.
I'll tell Nem that it was a $20 one, and we'll give him like 15% of the $20.
Yeah.
But it'll be $150.
Yeah, we'll pocket the rest.
He already admitted to me today he's not listening. He's like, "Should I listen?" I was like, "I don't know. Are you a good friend?" And he was like, "Ah."
All right.
So-
make that tier, and then someone if you sign up, just make a request what you want from all the stuff that I said, and I don't know, I'll make it happen. Yeah,
I like how you're not sure of what you said, so just
it's
all
too
of the
many
stuff.
like promotion onto the
how many
platinum tier.
tiers are we gonna have?
Just platinum.
Just
It's
platinum.
just platinum and
But
normal.
it changes what every week, every month. What you get, it changes completely.
Yeah. So whatever I offered before, you can request. Like about a go-kart. Like I can do that for you. You want the Brussels sprouts that I just offered? I can do that for you too.
Your options so far are Brussels sprouts or go-kart.
I paid $250 and all I got was Brussels sprouts.
It's the platinum tier.
You get on the wrong month.
You just request. It's like
Vegetables for you, sir.
it's pretty much like you request, we'll do it.
Oh, Jesus.
So is this like,
Yeah, OnlyFans.
it's
Bro.
getting close to OnlyFans?
No. I mean, like
William, you have
whatever
kids.
we offered, right?
Your kids are gonna look back and be like, "Hey, Dad, what did you do on OnlyFans when you were?"
We don't do OnlyFans, bro. We do like only requests.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
But requests that we have suggested, like the go-kart,
Okay.
the Brussels sprouts that we just mentioned, these are platinum tier only offers, all right?
And then T-shirts for
enough.
our regular.
That's like regular. Okay, that's Danny's fault. Okay, that's not my problem. Okay.
It is my fault. I accept
Yeah.
that.
But anyway, I like my food and I like good food. So for me, there is no such thing as
Or
too
one
much-
game of Commander with us.
Yeah, too much of there's no such thing as too. Yeah, okay, you can pay to play games with us. There's no such thing as too high of a budget for food for me. Food matters. I like food, so I've been going around and going to nice places around town, have food. Recently, I went to this little Japanese place that does like Japanese curry soup things, and I like my veggies. Plenty of nice little veggies in there. They brew their own soup curries. I like it. It's nice. I stop around town. It's like my own little ritual. There's a stigma that people have of going to a restaurant by yourself. I don't mind going to a restaurant.
I always say
It's
by myself.
nice.
I fucking love it.
Yeah, I put headphones on. I sit down. I order whatever drink I want, whatever food I want. I don't have to worry about it. I'm just gonna enjoy my time.
There's
Eat my
something
food.
to do as like a family man as well. Like everything time you go out, like go to the movies, it's like $100. You go to dinner, it's like $200. You go to dinner by yourself, you can spend like $50, $100, and you just don't have to talk to anybody. Papa Richard's was Malaysian, right?
Yeah.
So I used to go to Papa Richard's all the time because you could go. Papa Richard's was there was one at Joondalup, and there was a few scattered around Perth, and
They all closed down.
yeah, I know. It was so sad because the stuff was so good as well. But you'd go in and then how you would order all the things in the menu would have numbers.
Yeah,
and you'd
correct.
write your number down on a little card. And then when you're ready, you'd click the bell that's on the table and the people would come over and they would check through the list. And if they had any questions, they'd talk to you. But most of the time they could just use the list and they take it away. And then like 7.5 seconds later, all your food arrives at the table. And but you could go in there with your headphones in and order, eat, pay, done, and never have to take them out. It was like it was my favorite way to exist.
Peaceful.
And like that, like they had such like an awesome selection of like food that I loved. Like they had this coconut like roti bread.
Oh, I know what you mean.
coconut
I know what
roti's
you
pretty
mean.
good. Yeah.
So good. It's
called kaya.
I was hell sad when they shut down because we used to go there all the time.
But you can find alternative like kaya bread, like around toast bread. It's
Is
called
there
kaya
a
toast
good
bread.
Malay? Like, what would you recommend for good Malaysian?
All right, so if you want that bread, so Vic Park is the way you go.
Okay.
So it's only served before like 12 to lunchtime. So morning, 9:30 to I think like 12 or 1.
Interesting.
So it's called Yum Yum Treehouse.
Yum Yum Treehouse.
Yeah, it's along Albany Highway. So it's along that whole stretch.
That
of, like,
Albany
The
Highway.
best bit is I'm really bad at taking notes and remembering things, but now you said on the podcast, I can listen back to the podcast to get the
clever,
rank dash
yeah.
around.
And then once you listen to while you're driving, like, oh, okay, stop right now, right? So it's Albany Highway, right? So Young and Treehouse does that. They do that kaya thing that you like, the toast bread.
Yes.
So they do it with, now you can eat, because Danny was a vegan, right?
I was, so at that time I was vegan.
Yeah, so you can't eat egg, but now you can.
Oh,
So what you do is
true.
they make it into a set. So you get like a bread, the toast bread with the kaya and a butter and half-boiled eggs.
Ooh.
So you dip it in it.
So that's now I didn't realize how much I'd missed out on, but now
Egg is so good, bro.
I missed out on all of the meat side of it, like because they just had all the vegan muttons and stuff like
Right,
that,
right.
right? So it was quite good to go there as well because I had a lot of options for that. But now I realize I've missed out on way more because of all these options I didn't have.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So you can mix that bread. You put that bread into the egg, the half-boiled egg, and then you eat it. Oh, top notch.
Yeah, it sounds pretty
The
good.
Victoria
For $150.
Victoria Park
Platinum.
just
Wait,
has,
What? I was
have dinner
rethinking for a
with us.
second, yeah.
But that Victoria Park, Central Perth area, Subiaco area, that's where all the food is. That's
Yeah.
all your food is like. The problem is we're north of the river here in Perth. If you don't know how Perth geography works, we're in the northern side. There is basically no food options here north of the river.
Yeah,
if
it's
you
weird,
don't
right?
like South African food, you have no options. Basically,
That's part of our reasoning for the
yeah.
like.
And I
the-
like South African food. I just can't have it all the time because it's meat,
What?
meat, meat.
What is South African food?
It's barbecue.
yeah.
Yeah.
What barbecue?
Like big steaks, briskets. Like
Oh,
that
right,
kind of
right,
stuff.
right.
That's part of the reason of us working so much effort into our barbecue restaurant and trying something different. It's going to be much more of like a Mexican influence and like South American influence, like because they're just the good dining options aren't that good in the northern suburbs.
Yeah.
It's starting to get there. I know there's like a Milky Lane and stuff's opened up, and there is some scattered restaurants here and there, but a lot of it's
It's a
just
Taco
like,
Bell, right?
Yeah, Taco Bell, yeah. But a lot of it's just like that average.
Danny,
corner
do you like
pub.
sweet stuff?
Yes.
All right. Let me.
I'm a big 3 croissants a day guy.
All right. So
Before you go,
Yeah,
can you
croissants.
throw us that hard yakka? Yeah, I'm gonna put my can in that so I don't have to keep trying to quietly put it down.
Danny's putting his drink in a
Yeah,
coaster.
I'm audio protecting
okay.
this.
So there is I don't, because before this you were a vegan, right? You can't
sir.
drink milk, bubble tea or whatever because there's milk. You can have the
I
option, right?
I like the taste of soy, so I have had quite a few.
Bubble tea, you have to be pretty selective because
Oh.
I actually think most bubble tea flavors are bad.
Hold on. Try boba. So there's one in
Right.
Kingsway nearby here, very
5
near.
minutes up the road. Yeah.
Yeah, Kingsway, the Kingsway where McDonald's is. There's one there, and the other one is like in Morley, and then the other one is like pretty far away. But try it if you have a chance. Try it. They have like pretty good flavors.
The secret with bubble tea as well, don't get any of these exuberant crazy flavors.
Oh, wait.
Just get like simple, like say original flavor, or get like brown sugar.
I like the brown sugar, the thick
If-
boy. You're like,
No. Wait, this one you can go crazy. Everything is good. If you have the chance to select your sugar, just go 0%.
I always
the
go
less sugar, the better.
While I'll take a pastry and a caramel slice every day of the week, I usually go 0 sugar on the bobas.
Yeah. The syrup
Because
is
it's
already
still
pretty
sweet.
sweet. So you're going to get the sugar. I get like half ice, almost no sugar. And it's nice. Just like a bit of like, it's like milk tea. That's good. Go.
Yeah, I didn't realize. So the first time we had it, I didn't realize that zero sugar meant just 0 additional sugar. It was still a lot of sugar, and I
Yeah.
wasn't eating. Well, this is when the first time I had it was when I was quite healthy. I was basically eating 0 sugar to cut so I could like try and get abs. And that's a lot of work for me to get abs. So I was cutting sugar. I hadn't had sugar in quite a bit, and then I had one of those, and I was like, "Oh, 0 sugar." And then I drank the whole. I sculled it. I was like, "Oh, this tastes amazing." And then I didn't realize it was still packed with sugar, and I had a sore little tum tum for quite a while. And I was after a bit. There was one in Joondalup shopping center in the dining area thing, and Connor hadn't had it either. So I was like, I took him there, and anyway, but I didn't realize he hadn't taken it. We just went there to order the drinks, and he ordered some like crazy shit. It was like super high sugar, and like he was like, because like they people ask you like, do you want 25, 50, 75% or whatever? Kind of said 100% this, and then the next thing he had was like 100% lemon or some shit, and I just thought he seemed to be answering the questions. Like he knew what he was talking about, and then when we walked away, he was like drinking it. And he was pulling a face, and I was like, "Do you not like your drink?" He's like, "No, it's terrible." And I was like, do you know what you're ordering? He's like, no, I've never had this before.
You reckon the
like,
people just kept saying like, "Do you want this ingredient?" And Connor's like, "Yeah, add it."
It was
Full power, full strength.
He answered because he seemed like very like assertive is the word I was looking for. Like he knew what he sounded like he knew what he was talking about. And I tried it, bro. It was the most heinous bag of nonsense I've ever taken. It was like super sweet and super sour at the same time, and like my face screwed up when I.
So
They made a joke drink, dude. They were like, "Give this guy the crazy."
Yeah, they're in the back room like the fucking idiot.
I saw the picture that you posted on the group chat the other day about your food that you ate, like the big one. They were mentioning like no sharing and stuff like that. But how do you?
Oh, dude, I had a bit of a food coma.
What do you mean
Like
no
a pop.
sharing?
So it like the food that he ate, like I think the deal was what, $38? Is it?
Yeah, it was $38 for your main. It was
Yeah.
like
It's
it
a
was like
huge
a
plate of
stewed
rice.
wagyu and like this Japanese style
Crazy
curry.
huge, and I was like, how can you not share that? Like, and then in one of the
But what do you mean? Why are you saying no sharing? Did they tell him he couldn't share?
like in the menu, right? It says no sharing, strictly no sharing or something like that.
I didn't. It's
a weird
I
rule.
wasn't paying attention because I was there by myself.
Yeah, because
but
it's a
it
huge
makes
plate.
sense.
I think people do it because it's $38, right?
But it's like if there's like the rule shouldn't be no sharing. It should be like one main per person has to be ordered.
I kind of
You can't
get
tell
it
someone
though,
not to share. It's
because
weird.
when I went to their place, they actually
I get the
actually
point.
felt like
Yeah.
they spent some effort to like construct the bowl. Like everything, all the veggies in there was constructed in a way to make it look aesthetic. I kind of like they kind of want to present it to you and be like, "This is your experience to have with the food."
But what if
I
it's
guess
not?
for them, their food is about.
I don't
a
understand
culinary
this,
art.
right? Imagine if I go in there and I can't finish it and I just waste it. It's like,
Oh, no, I get
isn't
it.
it? And like,
But
waste
also,
of
I think
food,
it's
like
a
if I
financial
can't share
thing
it,
for them.
right?
They probably don't want because it probably cost them a bit, so they want people to order it.
Do you think there's a world there though where they expect
Or just
they
take
don't
away.
expect people to eat the whole rice? Like there's plenty of dishes where there's parts of the dish you don't eat.
Yeah, you don't have
I
to
know,
finish the
but
rice.
the thing is, it's all about wastage, right? I don't like to waste food. That's number one. Like, I don't want to waste food. But
Yeah, but I don't think you're right, but not everybody has that hang up.
yeah, I know. But like, what's the difference between I take away and go home and share it with my wife?
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess it is still weird for a restaurant to be like, "Hey, no sharing." So I get it.
I
I
don't
get
think
it. I
they
get
should
it.
be
But I
saying
still
that.
think.
I mean, I could like order that one main and then order a side and then like we share.
So we're sitting in a restaurant, like a proper restaurant, when you sit down at a table and then you eat your meal, you finish, you buy some drinks, and then you pay, that's called a turn. So then when you work out what a restaurant's going to make for the night, it's based on how many turns each table has. So each like square meter of your restaurant is worth X amount of money, and how many turns you can get in. So if you can fit in like, you get them in at 7:30, ideally you get them fed, they order by whatever time, then you feed them, they get their food, they pay, you want them out by like 8:45.
Correct. That's
a turn.
That only happens if your restaurant is full all the time, right?
Yeah, but no, maybe depends on what it is. Like some tables are like designed in a restaurant to never really be taken up. It's all about like prime dining and where people are going to sit. Like how many people
I mean,
are
like
sitting there.
it has to
The
reach
majority,
a certain percentage of the restaurant,
Yeah.
like floor space, before it actually can work. If you're only occupying 20% of the space, then this method is not going to work.
It is that's still a turn, and that's how they base their like
Correct,
how much
but
money they're going to make. You're
I know,
correct,
yeah, but if it's not like it's only 20%, regardless of like how long the person stays, it's not going to make any difference.
The place you went, was it busy?
I went at like 2:00, so it was their off time.
Okay,
They were 30 minutes away from close.
because
Oh, okay.
at 2:00
got
at
it.
night.
An afternoon.
Oh, in the afternoon.
So-
So they close it. Oh, they close.
So
for a bit
you're
and then
rushing,
open for
like
dinner
gulping
again?
down the food
No,
or something?
it's fine. I had plenty of time.
Okay.
Because
I mean, it's as one person eating, you finish your food in like about 30 minutes.
usually when you see that no sharing thing, is because it's a place that's always super busy, so they don't want people taking up idle space in the thing who aren't ordering a main.
Right.
But
I
they're
get that.
smack banging in the middle of town, so I can see themselves getting fairly busy for lunch or dinner.
Yeah.
So
But $38 though.
that's not
That's not
expensive.
a lot of money.
Really?
No.
I'm being cheap.
It's a
man.
lot of money to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like it's not. in
Once
the scheme
again,
of things,
for
it's
once
not a lot
again,
of
for
money.
me, food, especially as an experience, is like the budget doesn't go. There is no budget for food.
Oh.
Like I'm okay with spending.
What's the most expensive meal you've had?
I'm pretty trashy. I eat
I
cheap
wouldn't
shit.
actually be able to tell that off the top of my head. Actually.
Nem and I had $150 steaks at
Meat and Wine Co.
Co.
Yeah,
What?
you're right. I had a $200 steak.
Where's that?
at Meat and Wine Co. in the city.
No, I went to Rockpool before.
Similar kind of idea.
Yeah, but I didn't like it.
Me
I mean,
and one-
no,
me
I mean
and
the
one-
food is good, but I didn't like the concept.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's so complicated. Like when I made the order, right? I'm like, why do you make it so complicated? Like
I think if you're going to a restaurant that's that expensive, the decisions should be taken out of your hands.
Correct.
If a premium chef is coming in, they should be telling you what you want. Like my trucking business is a premium service. Like we charge usually the most amount of money, but we have the highest insurances, and we deal in the quality products that are you too expensive that a casual, like a big regular freight company won't deal with, like because they don't want to break it or whatever. They don't want some average Joe doing it. I don't want, like, when people come in and tell me how they want to do it, it's like, no, you're paying me to know more than you. And the same way as when I go, if I need to get my floor tiled, I don't go to the floor tiler and tell them how to do it.
Yeah.
I get a tiler who's good enough, who knows, and he tells me how to tile the floor. That's what I want, right?
Well, that's
Same
why-
as at a restaurant. You want to go there and have the guy, just you tell me what sauce, what
Right.
flavor, I'll eat whatever you give me, because it's going to be theoretically better than what I can produce
Correct.
in my mind.
So that's why you go to a nice restaurant and they have seasonal menus. They have them like a chef, like an actual head chef, should write up a menu for the season because whatever like vegetables or meats or berries or whatever's in season, that's what they're going to recommend. And that's why I like going to a restaurant where like it's a seasonal menu and there's also like a chef will recommend a thing to you. Or I like going to a place and asking the waitress what's good in season right now.
Yeah.
And that's when you know you're going to have something a little more tailored.
Especially with like when you're talking back on the meat side of it as well. A meat can change from a haul. So a haul is like when you have beef come through for that week with what's been butchered and it's come through to the kitchen. The beef from this week to next week can be significantly different depending on the farm and the location,
Right.
how well they've been fed, like how many droughts or like
Did you
what the
notice?
temperature's been like.
Did you notice in Meat and Wine Co. They listed what farm the meat was from?
Yeah, so that's really important. Yeah, and you can. They do a lot of like at the big restaurants like Meat and Wine Co. They will send the chefs, head chefs, out to those farms and make sure that those cows are getting fed the right thing that they want to get fed, that they're getting the right amount of grass, all that kind of stuff. Because you can feed like a cow like a certain type of flour, and then once that consistently, and that flavor will come through at the end of it.
Yeah.
which is like pretty crazy.
There's a Japanese term
Pre-seasoned.
called there's a Japanese term called omakase. Omakase basically means
like a dog.
Well, that's your theory,
Bro.
That's
am
your
I not
that's
wrong?
your theory,
What? Okay.
William.
Wait,
okay.
wait. Explain omakase,
Okay,
please.
omakase is you go to a restaurant, you don't make any decisions. The chef is going to prepare food, cook food for you, and whatever he makes, you have.
Like a dog.
You say it
What do you
sounds
mean,
so
like a-
negative. It sounds so negative.
yeah, but
Look. He just
sounds so negative.
enlightenment
I see what you're saying.
For me, omakase is more like you go to a place, right?
My
and-
dog lives a better life than I do, though. So I'm on board with this
Yeah,
situation.
for me, like especially if it's a good omakase place with a repute, right? It means that like you go to a place and the chef has done the research and he's going to take you on a journey. He's like, I've done all the work to make sure the food's prepared a certain way,
So-
and I'm going to prepare the food for you. And this is me serving you, being like, hey, enjoy. This is the experience I created for you, and like you don't have to order nothing. You sit down and you be like, let's go.
One of my business partners told me that. Like, I was like, oh, we should go omakase together. Like, I want to like treat him, right? Like, he's like, oh, you mean like a dog? I was like, what do you mean? Nah, just give you whatever I gave you. You eat. I'm like, man, that turns off.
The Japanese cuisine is really popular at the moment, and especially like omakase is getting more and more popular. I've been trying to get myself into an omakase restaurant. It's this one in Perth, which is very exclusive. They don't advertise themselves for nothing. The only point of contact is a dude on Instagram who's the owner, and you have to go on a waiting list to go to the omakase restaurant.
Have you been on a waiting list yet?
I messaged him. He never messaged me back.
Oh, because you're not cool enough.
I'm probably not of repute enough for me to be like, and also it's one
Just
of those
go buy
places
some
where
Instagram followers.
if you have to ask how much the food is, you already don't bother. So it's like, and all the pictures.
I think you're right to a degree, but the range can be a lot. Like you can be talking like a couple $100s, which is expensive.
I'm okay
but
with that.
It can also range up to thousands, which is
I'm also okay with
insane.
that.
Yeah, but like I have bills to pay.
I
can do the 200 once a year, maybe.
But I'm okay with it.
I would spend $200 on a meal maybe once a year for something special. But if it's $1,000
for me,
I got to pay bills.
This is like a once. Like I'm going to do this once in my lifetime, so it's no big deal. It's like going on almost like going on a trip or whatever. Like it's a splurge. He's completely booked out for the rest of the year, and he's not taking bookings for the next year. Like he's straight up just like, if you're in, you're in. Just message me. Good luck.
It's weird. Like at that point, like does he just keep charging more and more money until people stop booking?
I don't even know. It's such a weird one. I guess I think the allure.
Just Google it. Like I'm sure if you Google it, some foodies already go.
Yeah, there's a couple foodie reviews,
and then
every
tell you
one
the
of
price.
the foodie ones look pretty good.
Yeah,
have you ever done a degustation? Have you ever?
That's omakase in English.
Is it?
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
Oh.
Yeah. What was it?
Degustation.
What is that?
It's like omakase.
Oh, okay.
In English.
You said that already.
So
William.
we went to. I've done one for like a date night with Kelly, and it was
Was it like a dog?
well, what they do is they break apart the food.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like they bring up all the separate elements on like very fancy like artistic like plates. They bring it out to you. And then they give you like a little spiel about what it is, where this certain parts of like where this bit of fruit's been picked from, or which island this thing's come from. And then they either they mix it or you mix it together on the plate. But they also, with this one, it came with matching wines that were
that's fancy.
designed to go along with this food specifically. And that was a place called Caleb in Subiaco. And we did, because Kelly is still essentially, she was never been like hardcore vegan, but she's mostly vegetarian. So we did the vegan one. And it was like pretty incredible, but it's like the same thing. So I think it was like 7 courses, and everything's quite small. So it's all about the flavors. You're not having a massive meal, but you have time in between because they time them specifically as well. From when the time you start, like when you arrive is important that you match the time, because then they're going to cook them specifically to those times. And it's supposed to be like all researched about like how well it goes down and how full you feel.
It is like omakase. Yeah.
And
it's a journey.
We had a female server, and her job was to like explain these things and ask if we had any questions, and like it was kind of like the presentation was a big part of what the situation was, right? And it was actually really cool to like learn about the food and how it's prepped and that kind of stuff along the way. And it was an open kitchen, and the kitchen was run by two like African American guys, and they were dressed really cool, and they had like hip hop music going in the background, like. But you're in this like there was that element to it, but you were in a very fancy like kind of like suit and tie,
like a sir.
Yeah,
Well,
it was pretty cool.
Well, it changes from food being just like sustenance and flavors to being like food is a science and an art. There's so much artistry that goes into like how the food is made and how they create the atmosphere, the environment, how they serve you, and what they're really trying to give you in terms of like a culinary experience.
Yeah.
And like for me, it's like also not about being a food snob. Like as much as I like my like fancy foods as well, for me a big inspiration in food is like Anthony Bourdain, right? Like he likes the high and the lows, and like sometimes it's about getting down to brass tacks of like good food, right? For a long time, I was kind of giving up on like good Chinese food here in Perth because like you go around and they're all pretty rough. And then like recently I went to Victoria Park, went to this beef noodle place. And it's
you got the Lanzhou beef noodles?
Yeah, Lanzhou beef noodles, and it's like kind of like a more authentic like Chinese, like northern Chinese beef style noodles with a little spicy to it. It's like this is nice. This reminds me of home. And like I go to like Viet places, and the cheap Viet places are oftentimes the best Viet pho. Like it's all about finding that food, and there's really like that kind of like exploration element that I love. So there can be really high, expensive, fancy foods, and really nice, good like cheap food you just go out and find, and I love that exploration.
is with China being such a big company.
I mean, yes, it is a company. As well.
Such a big country, and it really has a lot of different I don't know, like demographics of humans in there. Is there really such a thing as like a lockdown Chinese
Not
food?
really.
No.
Each province is pretty different
Like,
types of food they want.
Just pretend, like America, right? Texas,
Yeah.
Florida, like New York. Same thing with China.
Yeah.
So each place have its own culture and like flavor and
A
stuff.
good way to explain it as well is that
Language
you
as
take
well.
You take the size of Europe, right? You take the size of Europe, all the different countries of Europe. Like China's roughly about the same, and each province is like a different country in Europe.
So when you get Chinese food, is that just like an Australian version of Chinese
Yeah,
food?
it's like saying Taco Bell is Mexican food.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Insulting.
So you have it's not great, right? So you have the places that like you go to like a place and you order like honey chicken or like fried rice, and it's like that's the equivalent of like going to Taco Bell and ordering like tacos,
Yeah.
like hard shell
A
tacos.
beef and cheese bean, yeah.
Look at we. We're talking about food.
Yeah,
We're gonna
I
be
like-
like a food channel now.
Yeah, I like food, man. Or you know what? Okay, we're talking
I
about.
do eat at least once or twice a day.
Everyone has to eat, William. It's a common thing. Unless you're
eat-
me, I eat one meal a day. That's a different topic. So for me, that one meal matters. Anyway, we'll talk-
Was it to lose weight?
yeah,
How's it work? How's it going?
yeah. I lost.
On
Well,
the way?
the
All
thing
right,
the thing is about okay, so I did that one meal thing a day because I lost quite a lot of weight like over the 6 month period
Yeah.
that we started the podcast till
If
now.
you eat one meal a day, you can only eat so many calories. You're going to go on a calorie
No.
deficiency.
So the thing is, it's not about eating once a day. It's all about eating calorie count, right?
Yeah,
Because if you eat 4 times a day, the calorie is still lower than that one meal.
correct.
You're
can
still
be.
gonna lose weight.
In the end of the day,
It's still
in the end
your
of the day,
cal-
if you
calorie
want to
count.
lose weight, a big part of that is just
Calorie count.
eating less calories.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
So you can eat over the whole day. I eat throughout the whole day.
Yeah, but you
It's
eat
just that I
small
eat
amounts.
small amounts. So I don't feel like I need to snack. So the problem is with eating once a day, the temptation of snacking is very, very high.
Yeah.
You just like, oh, I'm so hungry.
Yeah,
man.
I gotta constantly fight that urge.
Yeah.
When I say I
It's
eat
red-
one meal a day, like every now and again I'll still have a snack. So I'm not technically going into a fasting.
So you don't need to like. I mean, if you want to like get rid of the snack, because snacking is the worst part of it.
It's easy to go over those calories
Yeah,
then.
it's better to just cut your meal into like multiple portions and then just eat throughout the day, and then you'll be eating the same thing, same amount of calories, but you still don't go as hungry though. You just feel like I ate
Actually,
something
you know what's
already.
funny? My brain has twisted to a weird sense now. I actually enjoy that feeling of being hungry. It's like that, when like gym bros they can enjoy that feeling of a good workout and being sore.
Yeah.
It's that same kind of thing.
When you're like, if you're gonna fast and you get to like 6 o'clock, you're like, fuck yeah, I just did that.
But I'm also kind of like, oh, maybe it's a bad thing to enjoy being hungry. It's like I'm getting that like bulimic side of things where it's like, hey, oh.
We're a bit far away from that stage, but it's
Yeah,
okay.
true. I got a while before I'm anorexic. But anyway, we're talking about places where you can eat by yourself. I think Japanese culture is really good for like going on like culinary by
eating, yeah.
solo eating. That if you ever like everything I look about Japanese culture, this is if I ever go to Japan, I want to do this. There's so much of that culture where like you can just go by yourself and go to different cool bars, like small little like bars in the corner of an alleyway where like there's just one bartender makes you drinks, serve you some snacks and foods. You have your drink here, you have your snack there, you move on, have a little, like ramen or curry for dinner, and there's a little small place by yourself. That little self-explore is cool.
Yeah.
And Japanese culture really supports that kind of idea. And I like that.
I feel like Kang is in the journey right now. It's like a
would love that.
self-enlightenment journey.
I've had a lot of my friends recently go to Japan on a holiday, and I didn't have the time myself. I also just wasn't really felt like I was ready to go on a holiday yet. They went to Japan and they came back, and they're not planning to go in Japan anytime soon now. And I'm like, maybe I just go by myself. Maybe I just go on my own little adventure. Just go to Japan, go to all the places that I want to. I don't have to worry about anyone else's schedule.
There's something really liberating about like traveling around by yourself. I've managed to do it quite a bit with work, and it is being able to like not be burdened with someone else's schedule. And then, like I said, go to explore the exact things you want to go. Like, all right, tonight I'm going to go to this restaurant. I'm going to do this, and like be able to like kind of explore in that way. You're not having to check with other people that it's okay to like do this or do that. And I think there's something really liberating, and you can really like get yourself immersed in that. And plus, if you meet people along the way and you end up having more conversations with maybe like wait staff or people that are there or servers or whatever, because you're not, I guess, having that interaction with someone else. So it's easy to fall into a conversation with locals and things as well.
I love that going out and like talking to people that aren't from here.
Mm.
I had a really good interaction with. I was at a club once, and I was talking to some girl, and she's traveling the world right now. Like she spent like 3 months in like the Middle East or something like that.
Yeah.
And she was talking about how all the different crazy places she's been to, and she hasn't been back. She hasn't been back home for like a year. And it's crazy. The crazy part of my brain is, how do you find the money for that?
Yeah.
Well,
Like, you spend a year out.
Well, usually
gone.
you're traveling and working. At the
yeah,
same
you're
time.
traveling and
Right.
working,
It makes sense.
but
yeah.
you just don't have anything.
That's what backpacking is, right?
Yeah.
That's what backpacking is for a lot of people.
The last time I went into Melbourne, on the plane, I was sitting. It was a transfer from Dubai here to Perth, and then it was flying through to Melbourne. And I ended up sitting next to a guy, and his job was to be the tour manager for the female version of Iron Maiden. And he was sitting next to each other, and we were chatting. Well, because I'm by myself, so I ended up chatting to this guy. And he's like, "Oh, this is what I do." He's the tour manager for this, like a bunch of different female like tribute bands, but quite large ones. So he's like, "Oh, what are you doing this first night when you come in?" I was like, "Oh, nothing." So he invited me to the concert, and in the end, I end up going. He got me like a VIP ticket to go to the green room with
That's
that.
cool.
And it was like so cool, because again, I'm by myself, so I'm not, instead of interacting with the people that I'm traveling with, I'm more open to conversations with people around me, and I'm already kind of a bit like this anyway, right? I'm like the weird guy says hi to everybody on the street.
That's good. I think one of the traits that I enjoy about myself is that I'm quite open to have conversations with people. I'm quite good at like talking to people and being open to just, hey,
Yeah.
what's going on?
And yeah, it was quite cool. We ended up going to this like nightclub that I never heard of in Melbourne. It was like they're playing like rock music and stuff like that. And then there's like the tribute band comes on. And then I was like with the band, and we're like doing this cool thing. And he's like, "Oh, you should come to this tomorrow night." And I was like, "Oh, maybe too many nights drinking in a row when I'm supposed to be working isn't such a great idea." But like it was really cool. It's like this experience that I would never have got if I just hadn't like ended up chatting to the guy that was sitting next to me on the plane in the first place. And I think the last time I came back from Poland from work, it was 3 of us in a row. We were traveling together, but the other 2 boys had fallen asleep, and I sat next to a Romanian lady, and the Romanian lady spent the entire time trying to get me to marry her daughter. And she was like showing me photos of her daughter, and like telling me what her daughter does for work and all this kind of stuff. And then in the end, when we moved back, that lady lives in Lansdale, and she's like, "You should come for coffee." And I was like, "Oh fuck."
It's a little bit endearing though. It's kind of nice to have like the nonna be like, "Oh, you're suitable for my daughter," or whatever. It's nice.
It was an 11-hour flight though. I've heard could be trying to convince me to marry her daughter.
Right.
So
it goes from being like endearing to being like, "Lady, please."
yeah, like I need to sleep.
I actually love it. I love that meeting people and learning about like what makes them tick. I love having that like impulsive stranger conversation. For me, it's a lot of fun. When I go out drinking on a weekend, that's what I'm looking for. I had a really good one recently. I was out with our chef Nem. We were out drinking, and we like randomly stumbled upon this kid that also has a conversation with us. We're hanging out. He looks like a little rough like street kid, and then we learn that he's coming back from church. He's traveled from I can't remember where, and he's come back from church. He's like dealing with his own problems, and he may or may not be coming back from like meth addiction or whatever. But he's decided to go for church, and like, that's really interesting. That like someone found faith in like the darkest point in their life. We're hanging out with him for a while, and later on we went to like this American bar called Alabama Song, and then we kind of bumped in with this random dude who's like working from across the world. He's from like the UK. He had this real hectic story about how he got adopted and how like his
Adopted or abducted?
he's adopted. And like,
Adopted,
he's
not
adopted.
adopted.
Well, he has this hectic story about his
he's
whole
Australian,
childhood
doesn't know I
life.
got here.
He doesn't know his parents. He's adopted. He's working overseas. He had this real emotional journey that I love talking to, and it's really cool. It's really cool to meet people and just learn about what makes them tick.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people walk around really closed off to the world, which is unfortunate. You know?
Yeah,
There's so many experiences you can out there, and not everybody's up for a new experience every time. But like, I don't know, you do
That's
miss out
me,
a lot.
bro.
Yeah. William is like not my problem, right?
It's like, not my problem, bro.
Yeah,
I don't like to talk,
fine,
bro.
so.
William has cards to open, right?
Don't talk to me, bro.
I grew up, so I'm the only child, so I never had siblings. So for me, I'm very comfortable within my own space. I learned to be very comfortable.
I
by
only
myself.
talk when I need to talk.
We're on a podcast where we talk
Yeah.
shit the
Yeah,
entire time.
exactly.
It's like if I need to drink, I'll drink when I need to drink. I don't drink when
That sounds. Isn't that just too clinical, William? A little too sterile.
Yeah.
You're,
It has.
what do you-
If I want to drink,
Yeah.
it has to has a purpose. Like it it can't be just like drink for fun.
That's
Are you
fine.
talking about like water, or are you
No,
talking about
drink
anything?
like drinking alcohol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
drinking.
Yeah, drinking. Yeah, it has to have a purpose.
You come on. You had to have a rowdy youth, maybe like when you were like in your early 20s.
No, he's in the cars, so he'd be driving around all the time. No drinking while driving.
Of course. Yeah, exactly, William.
No
May-
drinking while driving.
Oh, yeah.
So how about that rowdy youth, huh, William? But that's because you're settled down now. Like I'm still in that looking for a bit more.
Yeah, I mean, like
excitement in my
even
life.
like I get what you mean. Like that's why I'm saying like you're in like the searching stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, where I think like Danny is like he doesn't like probably like doesn't agree to a lot of stuff. Like he doesn't want to do it, but because he already done it, and then now Danny is like more.
Yeah,
Danny, what's your
reserved.
drink of choice?
I've lived. Ooh.
Yeah. What if let's say like drink of choice? If you had to pick one thing that you normally default to, what would it be? Wine, beer, whiskey, vodka, tequila.
Depending on the health kick that I'm on, right? If I'm full health, then it's vodka soda lime, no fuck around.
Right.
Like if it's not a fruit lime, if it's cordial lime, no. If they don't have real lime, there's no lime. It's just vodka soda. Then happy to do that.
It's also a great party drink.
In the
You
early
stay
days,
hydrated.
I'd be happy to go with like a good Shivers or a Jameson or a Glenfiddich. I'm like a bit of a whiskey guy.
whiskey guy,
I'm happy with whiskey on the rocks. No problems at all. I can do that. No dramas. There's like a cocktail that I've been drinking recently. It's like a bit rummy. You're the cocktail guy.
Do you know
Usually comes in
roughly
like
the ingredients?
like a short circular glass.
Right. A tumbler,
Well, everything is
Yeah.
short circular glass, right? Like a submarine.
an old fashioned.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know.
I think it has
Old
like,
fashioned. Well,
What is your favorite drink, Kang?
I bounce around a lot, but I always come back to like the simple cocktails. So like an old fashioned, don't fuck it up. I like a bourbon old fashioned or a Woodford Reserve is my.
I don't drink cocktail. I haven't drank cocktail before.
For lunch, I like
Not really.
something light,
Oh, that's
like a gimlet or a Negroni.
Lunch.
Moscow Mule. That's what I've been
Moscow
drinking a
Mule,
lot.
yeah, very easy to go
Yeah.
down. That's usually served in like
Drinking during
the
lunch.
little brass glass thing.
Yeah,
I can't remember. I'm bad at names, and I can't remember the names right now.
I'd gone from like drinking a lot when I was young to not drinking a lot at all, and then working for like Frostop, which is an alcohol company, so drinking a significant amount, and like the drinking being almost part of like the meetings that we're having, and it was that kind of thing where like if I think everybody was pretending to drink more than they were the entire time, like everyone's like going through a lot of drinks, but I reckon there was a lot of drinks going into like pot plants in the area because like, you know, people are slamming through some drinks. And I'm like, fuck, this is a business meeting.
My favorite party drink is Long Island iced tea.
Oh yeah.
But Long Island can get very dangerous.
Yeah, because it's
Right.
like a packed full of shots.
It's four half shots of spirits, and so but it goes down so easy.
Yeah.
So you see a few people get slammed on Long Island.
I think depending on like the quality of the liquor you're drinking as well. Like the vodka soda limes is because like I could still get up the next morning and like go to Lucas's football or like go for a run or I was doing a lot of boxing and gym at the time. So because alcohol is obviously terrible for you. It's like it increases your heart rate by a significant amount, which dramatically it decreases the quality of your sleep. Plus it can have crazy calories. And usually there's calories in alcohol, but it's usually the mixer. Like if you're drinking like Coke with anything, imagine, I'm probably not a good example because I slam Pepsi Max as like it's going out of fashion. But if you were to just like drink, you know, you might have like a Jackson Coke, right?
Yeah.
You might have 5 of those in a night. Imagine if you just sat down at home on a regular night on a Tuesday watching TV and you drank 5 cans of Coke in a row. You'd be like, what the fuck's wrong with
That's
you?
me with vodka Red Bulls because you know the classic.
See, that's
drink.
terrible.
Yeah, it's the worst. But I don't know why I order. I order the vodka Red Bulls because like the vodka means getting buzzed, but the Red Bull keeps me sharp.
Yeah.
And
then-
I was slammed through a bunch of vodka Red Bulls, and then like I would. The only reason I know I need to slow down is because I can feel my heart
Your
rate.
heart going, yeah.
My heart's like stop.
And the worst bit is in Australia, if you order a vodka Red Bull, it's quite often you're not going to get a Red Bull. It's going to be like a Mother or
gonna be
some
something cheaper.
fourth brand generic like energy drink, which like God knows what's inside those ingredients.
So drink responsibly, guys.
I wouldn't mind becoming like a drunk tank. Like we could do.
Did you?
I like my wine
Okay,
cast.
so you
Graham did
mentioned
tell
you-
me off though.
You mentioned you don't drink, William, but if you had to make an excuse to drink, let's say, are you a wine guy? Like, what do you have? If you could have a drink, what would it be?
I don't like wine.
Okay.
At all?
But what are you drinking, for example? Like a nice whiskey?
I can drink whiskey.
Okay.
I don't have like a preference. If whatever is given, I'll drink.
You know what? Japan also has quite the whiskey culture because whiskey in the rest of the world is pretty strict on like what classifies a certain type of whiskey. Like what classifies as a bourbon, what classifies as a rye, what classifies as a scotch. In Japan, they don't have that same kind of ruling. So every different place kind of does their own whiskey slightly differently. So the whiskey culture in Japan is very different. Like you go to places and they'll like specifically only serve whiskey. And what's nice is that the traditional drink in Japan is the highball. So it's just it's basically just whiskey and soda.
Interesting.
And so you go to a place and they'll serve it, but they do it real fancy. They do it nice.
Well, maybe it's like Nem, where it's like the cheeseburger has to be the best burger on the menu, like without all the fancy crud in it. Like if the cheeseburger at a place isn't like amazing, then the rest of the burgers
If the
can't be
simplest
amazing.
thing you could provide is
Same
still
here.
good,
Yeah.
then that's a good testament.
Yeah,
I think.
That's
and
right.
it's like it's the most purest way to experience that thing as well, right?
Yeah, and I'm okay with that. I like drinks and I like making my own drinks. The whole science behind it is way too hard, way too much craziness.
You know, whatever we do in the future, Kang, I hope that one day I can open you a cocktail bar.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. I'd like that.
But I don't want to mix hobby and work.
Kang's cocktail sounds amazing.
KK.
Cake.
Yeah.
Oh, just missing one.
I didn't think about that until it came out of my mouth.
You are upsetting. What's
KC, right? Not KK.
No,
right?
we're cool kids. We spell it with a K.
Okay, K.
What's upsetting?
Cake,
Was
Kang, cocktail kit.
King Kang's cocktails.
It's Kang cooks up cocktails, but you just have like tiny little ins, so it doesn't come up.
Yeah, the acronym is, guys, what is it?
I don't know.
3Ks.
I went to Perth. Apparently, it's a Perth establishment, Pancho's. It's a Mexican place.
Yeah.
Very themed, fun Mexican place.
Have you been to Ponchos? Where they
No.
give the hat and everything?
It's fun and
No.
themed. It's fun and themed.
I
but
thought it was pretty good.
I'm still on a quest to find good Mexican food. To our listeners, please, if you know of any good, like, proper Mexican restaurants in, like, Perth, let me know. I really want to go to a proper Mexican place.
I think just our what's the word, like
We should do like
exposure to
when,
like
when,
South America.
when
Just
are we
not
doing
South
a
American people.
actual broadcast outing? Like
can-
for three of us, not like with not like go-kart shit.
I actually mentioned this to Nem just today. I was like, it's a shame that because we had a few food outings, Kang and I, and my son and Nem, and it's like that was like I really enjoyed that. I really enjoy. I deem you as a friend, and I really enjoy doing that. And now that I'm working Saturdays and you're working Fridays, that was like hard. There's literally not a day that one of us isn't working at night time. So we'll have to get.
That was what happened with me, Jackson, and Ellen. Like we're a group of friends, but we also work. So if one person's working, that means the rest can go. But that means one person's always missing.
Someone's always missing
Just
out.
close for the night.
Well, I guess we could do a Sunday afternoon, but like what a Sunday night? But what, like, I wonder how many of those places still open on a Sunday night?
Yeah. But that was quite a little fun experience. We went. It was me, you, Danny, and Lucas, and then we went to a Korean barbecue.
I like that it's me, you, Danny, and Lucas. I'm two other people there.
Bipolar.
Nem.
Yeah, so we went to Korean barbecue where you get served like meats, and then you cook it yourself in front of a little like griddle. It was nice.
You know what's pretty funny at Korean barbecue?
Yeah.
Every time they came over with the food, they'd give it to Kane
Yeah,
because
yeah,
he looked
yeah,
like the
yeah.
expert.
I
But
bring
Nem's the
a
chef.
lot of my mates. I bring a lot of my mates to K barbecue, and they always hand me the other tools and utensils because I'm the only Asian one there.
But then,
like a bias.
But then Nem would take it off Kang so Nem could cook it because he's the chef.
Because Nem
And
is
you
the
can see the
actual
people
chef.
with the servers being like,
But Nem being an actual chef and us being in K barbecue meant that he could cook the meats pretty damn good.
yeah, it was pretty
Pretty
good. Like I'm like pretty not educated on food. I do the business side of the restaurant, not the food side, which everyone should be very happy about. But Lucas and I were like, this is hell good because I've never cooked anything like that for Lucas and he's alive.
We should do one.
Yeah,
like an outing.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Like actual outing.
How are you for Sunday nights?
Sunday, I can do Sunday nights.
Sunday nights,
Yeah.
I can do a Sunday night. Absolutely.
A lot of places restrict on a Sunday. Or they're still pretty
Now,
good.
most places close like Monday or Tuesdays, like the weekdays.
Yeah.
Sundays are good.
Monday is the one that's usually closed.
I don't know why I haven't come up with this before because I've mentioned this to Kat. We talked about it literally tonight about not being able to do the stuff together. But we've talked about it before, and I just never thought about the Sunday nights being free.
I reckon Williams has some good food in his life. I reckon you've had some pretty good food.
I had a lot of good food.
William feels like a man with taste to me.
Yeah.
I-
Secretly behind
not-
his
I'm not into, like,
blasé, apathetic, you know.
Expensive food. I'm into like real good street food.
Nice.
Like-
I also respect that.
Like
a lot.
just
I love
straight food. Like
Do you go to any night markets? Because they're quite prevalent in Perth at the moment.
not in Perth. Like street
In
food.
better
but,
places. Well, they do happen.
I mean, I tried it.
No good? Fair enough.
that. I want to quickly go back to the Mexican food real quick. When I mention Mexican food, guys, you guys think of like spices, herbs, like hearty food, a lot of different guacamole and beef or whatever. Like all these different things come together. Chilies as well is a big part of Mexican cuisine. Like I watch a lot of cuisine television, and Mexican food always feels like it's packed full of flavors and different like things going on. And I went to Pancho's, their food was bland. That's like, I feel like that's a critical error. Like if you ever take if you take a culture of food which is known for their diversity of flavors and your food is bland, come on, guys.
I can only assume it's the exact same thing as the Chinese food thing, where it's like it's what they're expecting the Westerners to want to eat as Mexican food. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No. We're Nem and I are really excited. Once we've got Black Sheep up and going, we're gonna do breakfast tacos on a Sunday morning.
Hell yeah.
And because there's a lot of there's a nightclub in the area, so if we start early enough, we can serve breakfast tacos both to people that have got up early and people who've stayed up late from the night before. And we're I'm really passionate about bringing something in that's different and not being done well here in WA. And Nem's obviously very passionate about the food and the level of experience he's got there. And like breakfast tacos in like Texas, Austin, Texas, and like big parts of that southern United States is like big business and really high accolades to the people that do it well. And like I think it'd be really cool to bring something into WA that we don't have a good selection of now. And I just like the idea of you get up like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock on a Sunday morning. I can go in, open the restaurant, get those breakfast tacos going, get the tradies down, and the people coming in through on a Sunday, really push that through. I think that'd be awesome. You could do non-alcoholic cocktails in this morning, what's the tomato one that everyone fucking drinks on the
Bloody Mary.
Yeah, do Bloody Marys, like non-alcoholic Bloody Marys on a Sunday morning.
Have you had a Bloody Mary before?
No.
I'm personally not a big fan of Bloody Marys, but I see why people like it.
Why?
It's kind of like a vitamin kick to the face.
Like a vegetable juice. It honestly tastes like a vegetable juicy, soupy. Like you go for it.
No.
Every day is a mixture of things that you do and don't do.
I think I'm getting a better grasp on what type of food William likes. I get it though. Like you like that authentic. You go to a place, you get some nice
straight to the point. Straight to the
yeah,
point. Food.
William grew up.
The guy cooks the food, you eat the food.
I get it. No, William has
not
come
fancy
from a
shit.
culture. Let me paint you a picture. William has come from the culture where I've experienced this very infrequently in my life. Where William comes from a culture where you wake up in the morning and you go down the street and you can smell the food. You have people roasting skewers on open coals and stuff, and you have everything's lively and people are making bread in the morning. There's rice and noodles and all these kind of different fried foods and breads and charcoal skewered and everything's you can feel it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's the culture William comes from, where it's not about the fancy, it's about that experience. I want to, if I ever go to Vietnam, which I do actually would love to go to Vietnam on a culinary everything, I want to go through, I want to have, because I love pho, right? I love that classic,
you eat a cobra.
Maybe, I'll give it a go. French, sorry. Vietnamese cuisine is also an enigma, and Vietnamese cuisine is really cool. If you ever had a chance to go for it, because it's Vietnamese cuisine.
I lived there a year.
Well, Vietnamese cuisine is South.
I worked there, yeah.
Is South Asian cuisine mixed with French cooked cuisine because they were
No. Wait. No. So depend on which province you're in. Yeah. So Dalat, yes, French.
Gotcha.
So Dalat is a high hill, highlands. It's cold, like a French influence.
Gotcha.
So if you're going to South Ho Chi Minh, will be with the Americans. Right. So it's mixed with Americans. If you go north, it's Russian. Right. So in
that's
Hanoi,
fascinating to me. That sounds really interesting.
What's Russian food?
No, because it's Russian influence. So
yeah, but I'm generally do they have a different kind of culinary?
Okay, you know the war, right?
Yeah,
the Vietnam War. So you got the North Vietnam, which is Hanoi. So you got an influence of Chinese. Yeah. So North Vietnam you speak Mandarin and Russian.
Mm-hmm. Right.
From mid to the south is American influence.
Interesting.
So you have a lot of they deal they accept American dollars. They don't only deal in Vietnam dong. So you can actually experience the food, the pho, the broken rice and everything, right? Yeah. So it's very different from Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh.
This is fascinating. That's why I want to go experience, because a part of travel for me is culinary. And but because for me, I've always thought that Vietnamese cuisine is quite French inspired because they were French colony, right? And then
only in certain parts,
right? And then for example, their banh mi, the bread is very French style, and the soups the pho.
It's like a baguette, right?
The broth they make, correct. The broth they make is very French technique.
Yeah. So to me, because I was there for a year, so a lot of their food is a lot of raw vegetables. There's a lot.
I'm okay with
the raw vegetables.
it. Not my favorite, but I'm okay with it.
Like a lot.
Also, a fascinating thing as well about like the whole colonization and things. Hong Kong food is also partially inspired by British cuisine.
Hong
So
Kong
it's-
is legit.
Yeah, Hong
But
Kong.
it rush you though. Can't eat,
Hong Kong.
you can't eat slow.
I want to go to Hong Kong like maybe this year.
As many turns as they can.
Yeah, I know.
I want to go to Hong Kong maybe this year because Hong Kong cuisine is also like really, really cool. You
Eat the
South-
congee
Yeah,
in the
you have-
morning.
You have that southeastern inspired cuisine with a lot of like high population, so the food is like everywhere. But also, it's also partially a lot of it is also partially inspired by British colonization. So,
Eat
for
that
example,
beef
in
tripe.
Hong Kong, you can have like French toast, right? Or you can have like chips, where you never get that anywhere else in Asia, right?
Eat that roast duck.
Yeah, and you still have that roast duck is a good roast duck.
Is that the fella you see hanging in the window?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So good.
that the way they do it as well is pretty gnarly.
You know what you can
They have
do?
to pour the
We
oil
can-
over
we
the
can-
skin to get it
You
crispy.
can
There's
just go
also
buy
a
the
technique.
whole roast duck, get them to chop it up, get them the hay quat, remove the bones, come here and eat.
So traditionally, the way they do Peking duck or duck in China is that the chef comes to your table and he actually cuts and prepares the entire thing for you, and he lays it out. And the way you eat it is you eat it on a little like almost like a little like rice tortilla, and you put the sauce on. You put the
That's Peking
the
duck, bro.
Yeah, that's Peking duck. Yeah,
Yeah, but don't do that. Like we just eat roast duck.
yeah. So okay, this is
To the point, Kang.
Oh yeah, to the point. William likes simple, nothing,
straight-
nothing too fancy.
straight.
This is the not fancy version. The
Just
not
like
fancy
put a
version
10-10
is
attack. Not like 10-10. Oh,
this is
in
what I love.
response, I'm gonna tap this and add this and then add this, and like the whole turn is just like
This
this
is-
shit.
This is like the classic poor college student like food when I was a little bit younger and I was like later at night coming back from like a bunch of drinking. A couple places, I don't know if they still do it, but a couple places in Northbridge where they're like it's a roast duck house. Late at night, you go in, you just order
yeah.
roast duck on some rice. You get the sauce, you got the rice, you got the duck.
Let's go.
Party, go.
We'd go to Utopia because Utopia would have good vegan options
Yeah.
and be open quite late. It's pretty gas.
No, Danny.
It was good. I don't care what you say.
Danny,
It was good.
now that you're not a vegan, I can introduce you to real food.
Yeah, look, it was still real. I'm excited.
Sorry to the
There's-
beginners.
try
There's
different
some
food.
good vegan
Don't
options,
cancel
bro.
this. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I think I've mentioned before is like I do like the ability to be able to like I'm happy to eat an entire piece of broccoli as much as I am to eat a steak. It's like as long as it's good, that's all that
Yeah.
matters.
Yeah. I like straightforward food. Straightforward. Straight to the point. Right?
People ask me, what is your favorite like cuisine of food? And I can never answer it. There's so much good food and so many different things.
Vietnam, like, if you like, I think that if you like history, I think Vietnam is a really good place to go.
Yeah.
I don't like history.
You don't like a lot of things,
I
William.
was there, and I was
History's
eating
too complicated for
KFC
you.
and Lotteria every day.
Why, bro? What the
Because
hell,
there's too many
man?
vegetables in my food.
What? Just don't get the vegetables.
No, it's like coriander
Just
infested.
get
bro.
like pork chops with broken rice, the classic Vietnamese like lunch food.
I'd love to if there's any listeners out there that haven't met us, like specifically haven't met William. I'd love to know what their vision of William is. Because he does this and he doesn't do
draw us
that.
a picture.
And he does this and then he doesn't do that. And he doesn't do that, but he does this. And it's I feel like you're a very gray, like black and white man. Like I don't do books and I don't do vegetables, but I do running. It's like, okay. It's like,
Yeah, I'm very straightforward. It's a yes or no.
I think William's
I'm a 1 and 0.
William's at that age now where he knows what he likes and he knows what he doesn't like.
he's not willing.
Straight
He's
to the
certain.
point. I don't want
He's
to waste
certain.
my time and my life on things that I might like.
Might,
if,
right.
if I got a 30%
Is
chance
this-
I might not
Is
like.
this podcast we just watch William become old man William and like just get off my lawn, gets more and more.
This
as time
whole
goes by.
podcast, this 21 episodes of podcasts we've had, is every one of them has been old man says get off my lawn.
Get on my lawn.
It was better back in my day.
Better back in the 90s.
Ew, the cuts used to be better, Dad. It
All
was
right.
less complicated.
Danny has the computer in front of him. We're going to move on to our brand new segment. That,
Ooh.
Do you have intro for Dr. Com?
Well, it's not the Dr. Come anymore, right?
Well, you're not supposed to point it out. It's supposed to be a surprise that it's different.
Oh. Cut this off.
Listeners, you got to be surprised, all right? So we're going to a segment of the week, which has always been the segment. It's never changed. It's called "What If They Were a Dog?" All right. So,
What the?
What if they
so here's a list of dogs.
Okay.
Let me just
Where's omakase?
let me.
This
work-
is cats are easy. Cat is what type of cat is it?
So
It's
what-
a cat.
what-
Dogs are
So what we're going to do is how we play What If They Were a Dog. We're going to, William, you like movies, right?
Yes.
You know, like you watch a bunch of movies. Kang, do you watch movies?
Yeah.
I watch a lot of B to C grade movies.
Do you guys pay attention a lot to the actors that are in the movies? Do you guys like know regular? So if I said like
Maybe.
who like Brad Pitt is or Denzel Washington, you know who those guys are?
Yeah.
So what if they're a dog is so we're gonna we'll start off with Leonardo DiCaprio. So if Leonardo DiCaprio,
he's like fancy and pretty, so he'll be a Labrador.
yeah. So you think he's be a Labrador?
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
He's like
Afghan.
Hollywood. He's Hollywood sweetheart. So
He's an Afghan.
Yeah.
Where's the Afghan on there? Can you point him out or?
I'm talking young Leonardo. Nowadays Leonardo.
Young Leonardo, Afghan dog.
Now, so the way this game works is we've got to decide whether his dog and why. What does an Afghan look like? Is it up there or is it
No,
different
not
kind of dog?
here.
Aren't Afghans like really tall and long dogs?
No. Look at it. Look at the Afghan dog.
Dude, I don't know, dog man. Dogs are hard.
dog.
Dude. You have like dogs that look like bulldogs, and you have dogs that look like German shepherds.
That's what William reckons he looks like.
No, that's like Anna Taylor.
Okay,
Joy.
wait. Hold on.
That does look like Anna Taylor-Joy. Fucking hell.
Listen to me.
Yeah. Look at the way I spelled Afghan. Man.
Leonardo DiCaprio, during his Titanic days, the hair looks like that. Right? The center parting?
Yeah, he had like that long flow.
The center parting hair? The Afghan
Leo.
dog. Look at that, bro.
Yeah, that's that like I'm a pretty boy. I'm like from the 2000s, and I'm a
Afghan
pretty
dog.
boy.
Afghan dog.
That's what NSYNC boys look like.
Now,
Backstreet Boys.
Now we're imagining him as this long haired. So the Afghan is kind of like a skinny, tall, kind of poodle looking guy, but
Long
instead
hair.
of being
Very long
poodly,
hair.
it's got long dreadlocks. Although not dreadlocks, it's got long flat hair. Now we think of some movies that Leo's been in,
Titanic.
like Titanic,
Yeah.
The Revenant.
Yeah.
Now, let's take the Titanic. Would that story be better if Leo was a dog instead? So think about some scenes, when he's like, when he's
doesn't it become bestiality?
let's keep we'll try and avoid the sex parts of it because otherwise it make the whole thing very weird. But I guess the part where he's holding the
Is everyone else on the boat a dog?
No, just the main character, like just Leo's being character by dog. So when they're standing up on the front of the boat holding their hands out, what if instead she was looking out over the vista and she was just petting Leo's like cute little head? Would that be better?
No.
What about
There's plenty of people that bring dogs.
What about when
on
he's trying to
cruise.
rescue the people as the place is drowning in the water? Like, what if it was a rescue dog? That'd be better, right? As a movie, you'd be more like dogs are amazing.
Yeah, but then people get upset when the dog dies in a movie.
True.
Maybe
at
I would
the end of the
actually-
movie
yeah.
when she's like
Okay, that
sliding on the
makes
door
sense, yeah.
and she pushes the dog into the water.
That would finally get a reaction out of me.
What if the dog went down, like, let Rose be on the platform and the dog was like in the water?
Oh, true. And the dog becomes the hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you guys seen The Revenant?
Yeah.
So
I seen a bear attack.
Yeah, so
when I
now-
first watched The Revenant,
Now-
when The Revenant was everyone was raving about The Revenant in the cinemas, I downloaded The Revenant to watch. Except,
Thief.
Thief.
yeah, okay, guys, come on, yeah, it's just me that's downloaded the movie before.
I didn't download the movie.
Williams always bought every single movie.
No, I didn't watch it.
I downloaded The Revenant.
What's it about?
It's really about like colonizers and the Native Americans, but the whole point of the movie is just about
So the
surviving.
real Revenant is actually about a real guy, and it really happened.
Yeah.
And he's a guy who ends up getting basically attacked by people he's traveling with, and he's left out in the wilderness to survive. And he goes on this crazy journey to go get back to find these people moving across like when they were moving from like the eastern coast of America to the western coast through like that middle part of the Midwest or whatever. And he goes on this like revenge story to get these guys back and kill them. And it's true. And the true story is even more crazy than the movie.
Right.
Like there's been quite a few like biopics and like podcasts and like things written on this guy because it's quite well documented and his story's fucking mental.
I should go and check it out.
Yeah, so there's a good podcast by the guys called From the Dollop, and they do one on it, and it's very well like historically thing. It's really good.
So anyway, I was trying to watch The Revenant, and I couldn't enjoy The Revenant for what it was because the movie that I downloaded didn't come with subtitles, and there's a lot of scenes where like Native Americans are speaking, and so I'll just be staring at the screen and being like, bro, there's no subtitles. What is going on?
Leo is a dog. And they injure a dog, and then the dog journeys across the Americas and fights a bear.
Yeah, Lassie
would that be
gets
better
revenge.
or worse?
That's better.
That's better,
That's
right?
better.
See, it's better.
Yeah.
Imagine if you see this long-haired chap fighting a fucking bear, and then it has to, if at the start of the movie he gets like shot and left in the wilderness,
How many dogs would it
invested
take
in
to
that
beat
movie.
one bear?
What?
How many dogs would it take to beat one bear?
Google that. Wait, hold on.
Well, there's bear hunting dogs in Russia.
Yeah, true.
Okay, built different.
But they only can hunt like smaller bears though. They don't hunt like the big ones though.
Do they have grizzlies in up there? Probably too cold, right?
Okay,
Well,
Let me
they
ask
used
you
to
a
have
question.
they probably did at some point. But
So,
it's like
so the
gone
whole
now.
story is about Leonardo getting injured by his friends.
People
then
he's traveling with.
and then getting
Betrayed
fucked up by a bear.
yeah.
Why did he betray them?
It's been a while.
What was the
I haven't, bro. Like I said, I barely couldn't understand half the movie.
I think there's some sort of disagreement, or one of them was I think maybe he was a bounty hunter or something, and he'd gone to get them, and he thought like he got instead of getting them, they got him back or something.
What's funny is this isn't the first time it happened. The first time I watched The Godfather, there was no subtitles.
All right, what other movies can we think of? Wolf of Wall Street.
Avengers.
Wolf of Wall Street. Well, there's him as an actual dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Wolf
So-
of Wall
Oh
Street,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So
Oh,
Wolf.
oh, the dog sniffing.
Quaaludes.
Dog on Quaaludes. The dog driving around in a Ferrari. Pretty funny. It's like now it turns into like an action buddy comedy.
What if you?
Are you a dog person, Danny?
The dog-
Fuck yeah. I like
sensing
my, I
this
like my
from
dog
you.
like more than I
Wait.
like most human beings.
What if the dog does lines?
Like drugs.
Can dogs get high?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah. So
There is
in the movie, there's lines.
Drug
right?
busting dogs are just.
they
getting
take
pretty
Quaaludes
blitzed.
and stuff in I think. Yeah. Like think of like a lot of like drugs that we take were designed for like veterinary things like ketamine is. Was
I
for
would
horses,
like
is it?
the dog to call.
Quaalude was for like people who couldn't
Customers.
sleep. It was like
Talk
help
about-
you like it was it was given to women for like mood issues and like sleeping
Yeah.
insomnia.
Yeah,
What-
they used to give Quaaludes to a lot of women who were like had depression,
What-
and they're like, "Here, take this," and they're just
Wait,
high.
wait. What if the dog talk to the customer about that aerospace?
Yeah.
What's the place
Would you
called?
buy shares if a dog sold it to you?
I'm more inclined to be like it
Yeah.
for sure. Like if the salesman came with a dog, I'm much more likely to be suckered into buying something.
Yeah.
Don't scam me, but that's how it goes.
That's how dudes.
We'll
use Tinder.
do one more for Leo, right?
Yeah.
What about Inception? Ooh. See, Inception would be much better if it was
Okay.
if the main character was a dog.
I agree this one.
Yeah, like he's having a dream. Then you see the dog dream, and instead of like it being like weird like walls and things moving around, it's just a dog. The Inception is just him chasing a ball or his own tail. The Inception is he's chasing his tail, but his tail is chasing his
him.
his head or something. I don't know,
Yeah.
but like, come on, be better, right?
Okay.
Fair.
So I'm sold on the premise now.
All right. The next actor, we're gonna go with Johnny Depp.
Ooh, pull up the list of dog types.
All right. Oh yeah,
Let's
sorry.
go back to that.
Go back.
Johnny Depp's a weird one because Johnny Depp now is very different from Johnny Depp when he was young.
So we've got on the big screen, guys. Listen to
Yeah.
the podcast. We've got like a list of dogs. So I've just literally googled dogs. Common dog breeds is what I wrote. So we're looking at different
Like
stuff.
when
Dog.
have you seen Johnny Depp when he was young? He was like young,
Quite dapper, right?
yeah, quite dapper, pretty boy, right? So
What about this guy? This Maltese.
that is what he is now.
Probably not.
No, he's not. He's not. He's not.
He's a corgi.
Yeah.
He's Dashan.
You reckon he's a Dachshund? Ooh, he's
Yeah,
not,
I get it.
he's not super staunch.
I
He's,
get it.
You know the way they waddle around as
Yeah.
well. Now,
Dachshund.
imagine Pirates of the Caribbean,
Wait, hold on. He is a Wyatt hair Dachshund.
a white hair Dachshund.
Wyatt, like a Wyatt. Just type Wyatt, like wire. Wired. Wyatt hair.
Is
Dachshund.
it like the thing from Toy Story?
No. Wyatt hair Dachshund is a little bit different.
What we're learning, guys, is I'm fucking dyslexic as shit. 'cause I
There's
can't-
too many dog breeds out there. guys.
Wyatt hair. I had Wyatt Dachshund. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
This guy-
But
Yeah.
he doesn't give up. He doesn't give off cute energy. Johnny
So
Depp
he's-
doesn't give
he's a
off
little bit like-
he's not sausage dog enough.
I wonder if
The problem is what's the most like drugged up looking dog? Johnny Depp now is pretty. Yeah. Yeah.
What? All right, we're looking at a screen right now with Johnny Depp.
I've googled Johnny Depp looking dog.
Wait, hold on. If Johnny Depp movie and dog, Sweeney Todd will look.
Or Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah.
It's a dog with scissors for hands.
Just a real emo looking breed.
Sweeney Todd will look so odd though.
What? I don't remember. What's Sweeney? Is that
know,
the,
the
is that
barber.
the
It's the
hairdressing guy?
It's the one where he's the
He-
barber, but
he-
he's
he-
making meat pies.
Yeah, he
humans.
kills the humans and make it into meat pies.
Yeah.
Sweeney Todd.
This. Oh, what's
It's really nice. This movie.
It's funny to watch
I
Johnny
like
Depp
this movie,
before
though.
he became like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Sweeney Todd is really good. Like if you have not watched Sweeney Todd,
interesting.
have a watch. And what's her name?
The lady?
The lady that acted in Harry Potter.
Yeah, she's really good too as well.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
It's good. Sweeney Todd is really
That's
good.
that's like that's an opera play. That's not the right one.
I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Scroll down.
Scroll down.
We're the second actress.
Helena.
Yeah, Helena Bonham.
Oh.
She's in a lot of things. But she's typecasted as like the goth lady.
Yeah, I guess she doesn't do much to like dissuade that.
True. It's interesting seeing Johnny Depp's career. 'Cause
Sweeney
when he
Todd
was young,
is good. Have you
It's
watched
a good
it?
movie. It's a good
All
movie.
right.
Yeah, good movie.
You watched
Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. But he's a dog.
Oh, wait.
It's pretty funny,
Wait,
right?
hold on. Wait. Stop. Wait.
It's
The
lethal.
dog eat chocolate?
Yeah.
Instant KO.
Well,
bro.
but it's going to be the main character's a dog, so he's not manufacturing chocolate now. He's manufacturing like dog toys.
Smackos.
And instead of the kids coming, it's other dogs.
Oh.
Okay. So like, instead of a pool, like a river of chocolate, it's a river of
Tennis balls.
I was gonna say gravy, but I like tennis balls.
That's a way
quite
better
funny.
answer. Yeah.
What are the other rooms? Fuck, it's been a long time
I
since I
haven't
watched.
watched Charlie and Chocolate Factory.
The starting,
The TV room.
You know the start when Charlie's
What
like,
about the Oompa Loompas?
ooh,
Cats?
that'd be cats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of are cast.
You know, in the start of the movie where there's all the grandparents lying in the bed, imagine if they were all grandpa dogs or like elderly dogs. That would be fucking cute as tits. Yeah.
Interesting.
William's also a dog person.
Yes.
What breed are your dogs?
A Labradoodle.
Labradoodles. Very cute.
I love my dog.
Yeah. I love my dog a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
I like
a lot.
the active dogs with jobs kind of dogs. So I like the Australian sheepdog.
Oh, yeah.
I watch videos of them going
The-
out
the
on a
thing-
farm
the
and
thing-
herding sheep, and I'm like, that's cool. I like a dog that has.
If I was going to
occupation.
suggest a human Australian sheepdog dog, would you say Tom Cruise would be a bit like
Yeah,
an
I
Australian?
get it. I get it.
yeah,
I
yeah.
get it. Yeah.
Now,
Very high
Mark
energy as
Wahlberg.
well. Right?
Mission Impossible, but he's a dog. It's pretty good, right? Like he have like special abilities and he's saving people's lives. He's doing all this cool stuff.
Did you watch the movie with like it's like Zootopia, right? Like it's
Yeah.
all animals with occupations.
Zootopia.
Yeah, that's a movie.
Yeah,
I thought Zootopia is coming into like Nokana too, right?
probably.
Makes sense.
Tying it back to hobby real quick. So Johnny Depp had a real interesting career.
Top Gun, but he's a dog.
That's cute. That is very cute.
Come on, that'd be sick with his
very
little
cute.
helmet on, and they're playing volleyball out by the beach. He's a hunky dog.
Yeah.
Agree.
Was
Agree.
Tom Cruise always like the Hollywood like hottie? I don't know. I never got it from him. I don't see it.
He's short though.
Yeah, but like they do stuff where he only hire other actors that are like similar heights or whatever. So
Because
he didn't
you
look
know
as
how
short.
we mentioned like Leonardo DiCaprio. Like when he was young, you can tell like he was set up to be like the Hollywood pretty boy. So
Yeah.
I never got that from Tom Cruise.
Well, I think because Leo was like he was like a Disney kid and stuff like that.
Was he a Disney kid?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. He might
So
have been.
like
Yeah.
so the him and who's the
Matt
the
Damon.
Spider-Man guy?
Oh, Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, him. They were like Disney
close
kids.
friends.
So yeah. So they've been in the industry for a long time. So it was easy for like someone to pick up like, oh, that kid's gonna be attractive. Which is weird to think now that like someone as an adult was like, that 12-year-old boy is gonna be an attractive man. Let's ring him into
That
that.
sounds like Hollywood. Johnny Depp. He when he was young, he was really artsy, and I think he came from like a theater background. He always wanted to do a lot of artsy projects, make movies for the sake of doing like the art form. And then it's funny to watch that all kind of die with Pirates of the Caribbean 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4.
I was actually a very big fan of.
I like
I
it a
like
lot.
Pirates.
I love the movies, but
And now he's dating Jenna, right?
I don't know.
Ortega.
Is he?
Yeah.
Who is?
Is
Johnny.
Johnny Depp dating Jenna Ortega? Isn't she like 19 years old?
22 or something.
Well, I'm not
Or
surprised.
whatever. All right. Danny's like typing the gossip and to confirm the news.
We're now celebrity news segment.
News segment in the segment.
It literally
is
just
a
says no.
seg-
Jenna Ortega is not dating Johnny Depp.
Really?
We're not
Ah,
confirmed
suck it,
people.
Will.
I thought it did.
She's very attractive though.
I thought she is. I don't know.
What celebrity would be a husky?
I watched the entire Adams Family like season just because she's very
Yeah, I get
attractive.
it. Yeah, but it was a TV show at the time. Everyone was talking about it.
Yeah.
So.
Wednesday. Yeah.
All right. Next actor, Samuel L. Jackson.
Ooh.
Go back to the list.
Oh yeah, list of dogs.
I need
I know,
list
no,
of
no.
dogs.
I already have a idea.
What do you reckon?
It's just
on,
like
hold
a
on.
dog
Go.
that's just like serious looking, real like angry looking.
Come on,
Like he's gonna call someone a motherfucker.
It's hard. I don't know how this works.
Just hit back. There we go.
There we go.
Common dog breeds.
I'm doing the thing now where I can't find the mouse there.
Oh, he's like a boxer.
You reckon he's a boxer?
Yeah.
All right.
Boxer.
What's the most synonymous movie
bulldog?
that Sam's in?
Nah. Bulldog is too depressed looking. Samuel L. Jackson looks like he's just
Angry,
serious.
right?
What about like a Stafford?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Because he's like excited, but he will fuck you up.
Yeah.
I reckon that's it.
a Great Dane.
Snakes on a plane, but he's a dog.
Oh.
Come on, how good would that be?
Yeah.
Star-
he just fights the snakes.
Star Wars, but all of the actors are dogs. So he has to hold the lightsaber in his
I
mouth.
reckon someone's
and they
done
have the lightsaber battles with like just by shaking their head around in their mouth. That would be fucking.
What would
tits.
William be as a dog?
Ooh.
What is William as a dog?
Um.
A Yorkshire Terrier. There's got to be. Like, there's so many
Interesting.
dog breeds. Scroll down real quick. Let's have a look. What else? What else do we have?
It stops here. I don't know why.
Cocker Spaniel.
I like this guy.
Corgi.
This guy.
William's a corgi.
This guy's fun looking. No, wait. We know what William does and doesn't do.
Mm-hmm.
He does run, but he doesn't swim. He doesn't read.
I swim.
Okay.
He's William is athletic.
When I asked you about the triathlon, you said you don't swim.
Yeah, but I don't swim like I can swim.
You
but
literally said I don't swim.
look. I don't swim like as a sport. I can swim.
He swims for survival like a dog would, right?
So I can swim, but I don't swim. Like I don't like go distance when I do swimming.
William's a beagle. What? For sure. William's a beagle. Come
Yeah,
on, bro.
William's a beagle.
Like tenacious.
I get it.
Look at him. He's assertive. He knows what he wants.
Yeah.
Mr. Beagle knows what he wants.
Beagles look like they're mature.
Now, name some movies William's been in.
Oof.
Oh,
He's been in I'll Blow Your Board Up playing Magic Cards. But imagine he was a
William's
dog.
been in The Great Short. He's been in Wall Street. All movies about finance.
The Great Shot is pretty
Those
good.
two and The Wolf of Wall Street are the only finance movies I know of.
The Great Shot. Have you watched it?
Great Short.
The Big Short?
Yeah, Big Shot or Great Shot.
I
Whatever.
actually haven't watched The Big Short.
You
but I
should, you should.
Apparently, it's very good.
Yeah. I think it's like what's his name? Batman. What's his name?
Robert Pattinson?
No, Batman.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, yeah, from the Nolan trilogy. Batman.
Bale. Christian Bale.
Christian Bale, yeah.
Yeah, Christian Bale is like the main guy.
And also Ryan Gosling, right?
Yes, I think so. Yeah. And what's that guy in the office? What's his name?
I'm bad with names. I haven't
Office
watched
guy,
The Office. I should though.
Michael's his show name, not his real name, right?
Oh yeah.
He's like the funny guy, but in the finance movie, he's like
What's
the
the Big
serious
Short
guy.
about? It was like the financial
Yeah,
crash.
Steve
yeah.
Carell.
Yeah, Steve Carell. Yeah.
Steve Carell, but as a dog.
Ooh.
What do you reckon?
Ooh, he's naturally funny, but also has a little bit of charisma to him. So it'll be like
Where'd my fucking list of dogs go?
press X there. Yeah. It's like almost like a border collie situation.
Like a
right?
corgi? He'd be like a corgi, right?
Yes, he's a corgi.
Yeah, no, he is a corgi.
Yeah,
he's
It
a
is a
corgi.
corgi.
Steve Carell
That's corgi.
in The Office, but he's a corgi.
Yeah, that is the energy he gives, right?
100%. Like, even better.
Commanding, but not quite.
Have you watched a lot of The Office?
No.
Have you?
Nah, sorry, bro.
Lame. We could have done the whole Office as
I'm
which
more
dogs
of a,
they are.
I'm more of a movie guy than I was a TV show guy.
I watched a lot of snippets, but not the whole office thing.
How do I spell it? Yeah, Carell. I'm not sure what other
Some
movies he's
some
been
people
in.
are
I'm
just
sure he's
more
been
like
in a
cats,
lot.
right? Some people just more give cat energy.
Have you 40 odd? You know what? I guess he did The Office for so long. There's not an incredible amount of other stuff that he's well known
Yeah, I
for.
know him from like Office and The Anchorman, bro.
This is the first episode
And they're like,
that we did Zero Hobby on.
no, you said you referenced tapping cards in when you were talking about food once.
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah.
We did mention Lorcana real quick a second ago.
Magic, Warhammer, Commander.
Yeah, see? For the algorithm.
For the SEO.
Guys, we're a hobby podcast. I swear. Hobby podcast.
Anyway, that was my new segment. We're gonna do it every week. So I'd like our listeners to send in celebrities they'd like us to talk about as dogs. That's what if they were dogs?
I'm okay with talking about celebrity gossip.
Wait,
Okay.
what is your favorite movie?
It's too hard. Come on.
I mean, like, not favorite. Let's say
Lord of the Rings.
oh, okay. Easy.
Yeah, it's
easy
real,
for Danny.
It's real easy.
I can agree.
Which
And
one?
Watching Lord of the Rings.
Wait, Fellowship, Towers, Return. Which one?
You can't split them up. No, I don't think it's fair to split them up. Like, it is experience. If you watch it when we watch it, then right, it is like because we had to watch it over a couple of years.
Yeah.
It's not like you watch it 1, 2, and 3 the whole day today. We had to watch it over, I think, 3 to 4 years, maybe.
Yeah, they filmed them all at the same time, then they released them 1 year every Christmas.
Correct. So it was a 3-year thing that we had to.
I had a
endure.
fucking movie boner all the way from.
Yeah. What a good
All the way
what a
from the
good
start.
block of like movies coming
Oh,
out.
it's so good.
And the problem is,
You guys had Star Wars coming around similar
Yeah.
times. right?
100%. Yeah, it was a crazy
Hectic.
time to be like
So-
a young teenager.
so we can't replicate that experience anymore. The Lord of the Rings
now-
experience can't be replicated
Nowadays,
anymore.
you have like a handful of reputable movies to watch.
Yeah, but you
like
can't
big
replicate the experience. And
So
talking about movies, right? Hold
this
on.
is the list of awards they won for Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking look at this, bro. In 2002, 2003, like it's just there's like 50 fucking awards.
If you're
here.
a movie coming
crazy.
out, if you're a movie coming out in that time, you got crushed by everything.
So-
Yeah, people delayed movies for after Lord of the Rings was out because of how hectic this was.
yeah, okay. So talking about movies, Deadpool was out, I think, last week or something.
Yeah, my fucking family went without me.
Wolverine,
Oh,
and,
I'm
Deadpool
mad.
and Wolverine.
All right. So I watched it. All I can say is this could be the revival of Marvel.
Okay,
That's their plan.
I'm planning to go
No.
probably watch it.
Did you see this?
The reason? No, not talking about the revival. Like, you know how Marvel movies have been like meh, right? All this
Yeah.
while, yeah. This is like the revival.
That like this is their entire goal. Did you see the announcement they made at like Comic-Con or something in America
Yeah.
just the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah, with all the extra actors.
Doctor Doom and stuff.
Yeah.
So-
I'm so personally sad, and I think you'll appreciate this coming. I'm so sad that they finally announced Doctor Doom and MF Doom isn't around to do it because it'd be such a cultural touchstone to put like the rapper MF Doom as, because his whole thing was wearing the Doctor Doom mask, like, and he'd be fucking perfect for the role. And it's such a shame that he's not there to do it. But you've seen who they've announced to be Doctor Doom,
Yeah.
which is
RDJ.
Yeah.
it's but like
So this is them setting up the new arc.
Wait.
Because the Dynasty
Before-
of Kang arc didn't
wait,
work.
hold on. Before you watch, like, except RDJ, right? You really have to watch Deadpool first, and then why RDJ is coming back. You really have to
is
watch.
there a spoiler in there? That
No,
I'm
it's
not
not
aware of?
spoiler. It's, you know how Deadpool is, right? You really need to watch it. Like, it's such a. I feel Deadpool the movie, Deadpool and Wolverine, it's like a dialogue between the viewers and the movie.
Yeah, his whole thing was breaking the third wall.
Yeah.
right?
So the dialogue actually like breaks your like answers all your questions. Like, if you're like, oh, why did I hire like RDJ again? Like, watch Deadpool.
Oh, so they actually mention it in the
No,
movie.
they didn't mention it. It's just like,
All right, I'm planning to go watch it at
Yeah,
some point.
just
we'll
watch it.
save it for the next episode. We'll
Yeah.
have a discussion.
it's
Alright,
good.
I'll
Like,
see it.
To
I'll
me,
see it
like
before that as well.
personally, it felt like this is a comeback. Like, Marvel is
They
fun
need
again.
they need a new go because
Yeah.
their
So-
last attempt didn't work. So,
to me now, Marvel is fun again. Like, it's watchable again. It's worthwhile.
also
to go to movies
Doctor
again.
Doom is an engaging enough villain to actually make me want to actually, because Doom is cool.
He's
Dr.
probably
Doom
the
is very
most. Doctor Doom's probably the most evil Marvel villain.
Nah, he's actually Doctor Doom is actually arguably not even a villain. Depending on who you talk to.
What?
Yeah, he does a lot of like things where like obviously he's a
He's
villain.
powerful shit, man.
Yeah, he's villain, but also like he's not like villain in the sense that he's just truly evil. He's more like he's
Oh no, he's a smart villain.
yeah, he's very determined in his own thing. He also rules like his own kingdom, and apparently his kingdom's pretty alright.
There's no one there.
Oh well. I don't know.
Very.
Maybe that is all right. That's how I want to live.
No, but he's like how do I put it? Because he has like he's like Kang, right? Kang is like
Yeah.
his genius. He's like same thing with
He's a
like,
mastermind villain.
Doctor Doom is like genius. So if you mix genius with like evil, it becomes a very powerful.
And he's got a cool look to him. He's got a cool iconic design.
the mask is fucking cool as.
and he has like magical powers. That's the problem. So magical.
I used to read a lot of comics, and a lot of the story arcs
so
with
I
Doom
can't,
involved.
I can't discuss more, but
He gets the Infinity Gauntlet at one point.
but watch the Deadpool versus Wolverine, like Deadpool and Wolverine.
So I need to watch it because my opinion on the whole, like when they revealed RDJ as Doctor Doom, was actually quite. I was actually quite against it.
Really?
But maybe I should need to watch the movie to see.
I'm
why.
okay with it.
I just feel like, well, I mean, it's just RDJ again.
To me,
I get it. I get why fans are so keen for it, and I love RDJ a lot.
The Marvel thing had to fall off of like of all the too many TV shows of shit that I didn't care about.
Correct.
Just like Star Wars. Star Wars is the same thing.
I agree.
There's too much crud, and like I fell off watching. I tried to watch the Star Wars stuff and then all the Marvel shows. It was just too much B grade cinema coming out. And it's like, just put on good stuff, and I'll watch you in the movie, the big blockbuster. And I realized
Like
that obviously
that,
COVID happened.
First Avengers arc.
Yeah, 100%. Like I realized COVID happened, and there's a lot of like, you know, they could have had to do little things here and there to like just get media out.
Also, I
But it
must
can't be
add,
shit.
put on your nostalgia hat while watching Deadpool and
Interesting.
Wolverine. You'll be like, oh my god.
Do you know like Deadpool is now the #1 rated, like made the most money R-rated movie of all time?
That makes sense.
Oh really?
Yeah, and do you know what the second one is?
What?
First Deadpool.
Oh,
you're right.
Yeah,
crazy.
I think
Family orientated R movie.
I think
would
De-
make a lot of money.
I think this new Deadpool is like now in the top 10 of movie
Crazy.
money making movies of all time.
Yeah, it
Do you
makes
like,
sense.
Do you like NSYNC?
Dancing
NSYNC.
in sync?
Yeah.
I wasn't around for that era.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You'll miss out. You like NSYNC, Danny?
Oh, the band.
Yeah.
Are you watching that documentary on Netflix?
Not yet, but NSYNC is gonna be very, very important in this movie. Okay.
Oh,
William was dropping a lot of hints, and I need
I-
to just go watch it.
I heard that they renamed one of their songs so that it matched what they call it in the movie.
really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think Bye Bye Bye.
Yes.
Yeah, they changed the name.
You must watch it.
Okay.
I love NSYNC Bye 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 went up the top 40s because of Deadpool.
Really?
Yeah, it's back in the charts, baby.
There's actually a really interesting documentary that's on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
right now
talking about
the
the
transatlantic
boys
thing.
band, right?
Yeah. So there's the guy who who basically created NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. He is the same guy, and he also made like a bunch of other boy bands. Like he created the girl band that started Britney Spears, so she started in that band, and he also discovered Aaron Carter, which was pretty big for people like in the like early 2000s. Anyway, he started off as a guy who sold blimps, like a business that made blimps, but the whole thing ended up being a giant Ponzi scheme. Even though he created some of the biggest boy bands of the 2000s, but the entire thing was a massive scheme, and he ended up dying in jail. But
Oh,
it's like,
wow.
the story's crazy. Like it's definitely.
I
worth a look.
like my Netflix documentaries. I'll go check it out.
It's called
Yeah.
Dirty Pop, is what it's
All right.
called.
Okay.
Go watch Deadpool. Go watch Deadpool.
Well, I'm definitely gonna go watch it because Wolverine's one of my favorite Marvel characters.
I'll personally, how do I say, put it on the line.
yeah.
It is good.
You know, okay, this is a controversial thing. I didn't like Deadpool 1. I felt like it retreaded a lot of Deadpool's character that didn't need to be there, and I just didn't really like the overall like vibe of Deadpool 1.
But that's Deadpool though.
I actually liked Deadpool. I just felt like Deadpool 1 was a little, I don't know, it didn't hit it for me. Deadpool 2 was good because I like that it's Deadpool and Cable, and that's like a classic comic book pairing because I come from a comic book background, William. And then
Well, the problem is with comic book, right? There's so many variations, right?
Of course. And then, but it was nice. It was nice to have that Deadpool and Cable bands. It felt very authentic to the comic book. And then number 3, I'm looking forward to because once again, Wolverine and Deadpool also classic comic book pairing. So it's that straight man and the funny man combo that I love.
And also, when you watch movie, that's the thing with a lot of people. Like they if they are from a comic background, like they pull too much of the this is not comic accurate. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
I mean, you really have
No,
to
you
go
can't.
in.
In Marvel, especially, there is no such thing as what is comic book accurate because
You just go in and watch
each
the movie.
run and each writer writes their characters differently.
Yeah.
So you have a million variations. So
Inside Out 2
Yeah,
is now the 12th highest grossing movie of all time.
yeah, it's a
Oh,
pretty
man.
good movie.
That's fucking crazy.
That's what happened. I think during Inside Out 2 versus what's that movie? What you were saying, right? The
Mad Max.
Mad Max,
Fury
right?
Racer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it destroyed them.
Can you
Of
guys
course.
guess the top 10 grossing movies of all time?
All time.
Avatar
Yeah.
1 and 2.
Avatar?
Yes.
1 and 2, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Avatar,
Titanic.
Avatar, the first one is number 1
Yeah.
at $2.9 billion.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Avatar 2 is
number
number,
two.
3.
Ooh, number 2.
Titanic?
Yeah.
Is it these days? Not anymore, right?
Titanic is number 4.
See?
Ooh.
What about Avengers?
Avengers Endgame.
Endgame.
And Avengers
Number
Endgame
2.
is number 2 at 2.8 billion.
Ooh.
Keep going. You got a couple more?
It's got to be another Marvel one, right? Or Disney. Oh, is it Disney? Maybe Disney. Think of a good Disney Pixar. Inside Out. No. Toy Story? I don't know.
So at number 10 is the Avengers.
Yep.
Right.
At number 6 is Avengers Infinity War.
Right.
And number 2 is Avengers Endgame. So they've taken the Avengers taken out 3 slots. So no fucking wonder they're going to get the 18 back for RDJ to be fucking Doctor Doom. He might bring it back to be fucking
Number
Thanos
1.
in the next one. Who
I
fucking
remember,
knows?
I
man?
remember a while back, he was like, I'm like kind of done. And then they just probably gave him just a giant paycheck, right? All the benefits possible.
Watch Deadpool. Don't talk anything anymore. Just
Right.
Shut it down.
Okay,
Surprisingly,
Okay, I have no contextual knowledge, so maybe my opinion will change. But my original opinion of IDJ was that it was just kind of a little bit like big Doctor Doom announcement, and I was like, "Ooh, who's it gonna be?" And it's like Robert Downey
Alright,
Jr.
what's
I'm
number
like,
4?
I've
Number
seen
5.
this already, kind of.
4 is Titanic.
Okay.
Now, number 5 is a Star Wars movie. Can you guess which one
Oh
it
wait,
is?
hold on.
Phantom Menace,
No.
Revenge of the
Think
Sith.
it's- No, the second one. No, wait.
It's actually number 7, The Force Awakens.
Oh really? Oh, because everybody like high
There
expectation,
was
right?
high expectations,
Yeah, okay.
right.
Makes sense.
Number 7 is Spider-Man, No Way Home.
Oh,
Which I
Marvel again.
Yeah, Marvel again, a sleeper. I obviously like that. I didn't realize it was popular as it is, but clearly it's very fucking popular.
Right.
Number 8 is Tragic.
What?
It's a fucking dinosaur movie.
Jurassic Park.
The number 8 highest grossing movie of all time is fucking Jurassic World.
I get it.
People care about Jurassic World?
I care. I love Jurassic World. I
Yeah, but
love Jurassic series.
How the fuck is that above like Frozen and Top Gun and
I'm
stuff?
surprised there isn't a Fast and Furious
Wait,
movie. In
the
the top
problem
10.
is with Frozen, like Top Gun, right? It's only like catered to a certain like
Yeah.
age.
Jurassic Park is easy to sell to all markets.
Yeah, like kids.
I think a big part of why these like movies that do well are movies that sell into a lot of
Merchandise.
markets.
True.
bro.
I guess like the Avengers Endgame is no like Man on Fire.
Every
Like, these aren't
culture,
art
right?
pieces,
Like
right?
you have to realize it's not just the West, but also the East, right? Like China is a massive movie going audience too as well.
China decides whether your movie is gonna be number 1
True.
or number 100.
You know, like Fast and the Furious basically survives because the Asian audience love it.
So I funny on that. So number 11 is a Furious movie.
Missed
Furious 7.
Yeah, missed number 10. Missed like the top 10.
There's the one out of the top 10 that we haven't mentioned. There's one at number 9. It's a Disney movie. Take a guess.
Is it a recent one?
No.
all
Yes.
Huh? Zootopia?
No. Oh, old.
Old.
No idea.
Lion King.
Oh,
The Lion King comes at $1.6 billion. Oh, wait. I wonder if. Oh, gross. It's the fucking live action Lion King. Yeah, hard boo. What the fuck? Get out of my top 10, you bitch.
Okay.
That's disgusting.
So, apparently,
I'm so mad now. I was so excited about it being the Lion King that I was
So
as a
Lion
kid.
King apparently, in the same time they were making Lion King, apparently it was the B team doing Lion King, and the A team was working on like I think Treasure Planet or whatever.
The original one. Yeah.
During that time, they weren't
Treasure.
expecting Lion King to hit off so hard.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. What about like 11 to 15?
11 to 15. We've got Furious 7 at number 11. As mentioned previously, Inside Out is number 2.
Ooh.
Number 12? Okay.
Number 13 is our what would you call him? Our Tom Cruise. I forgot what dog he's already is from. What if he was a dog? Anyway, that's Top Gun Maverick.
Okay.
Which is the new one. You've number 14.
Whoa, Top Gun Maverick.
Your
made so
daughters
much
would have loved
movie.
it.
Frozen.
Frozen 2.
I would have said Frozen on the top 10.
And then number 15 is everybody's favorite blonde girl's feet.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Barbie.
Margot
Oh,
Robbie.
really?
Yeah, Barbie hits at number 15 at $1.4 billion.
Barbie made
Jeez.
gangbusters, right? Because
It's crazy.
all the couples
Oppenheimer
want to go
was
watch it.
But I feel like at this point it really goes downhill because then fucking the Super Mario Bros. Movie comes in at number 18.
Are you surprised?
Yeah.
Mario is like the
Come
most
on,
recognizable
bro.
game character of all time.
Because okay, I'll say my favorite movie of all time is Lord of the Rings because I've watched Lord of the Rings like literally hundreds of times.
Where's Lord of the Rings?
Oh, it'd be down now because you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Well, I think this
Maybe
isn't accounting for.
because it was a trilogy, right? So it was more spread out.
I might have to find a
Bro,
web.
Titanic is top 10. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but Titanic was like
that was like
key
cultural
for that
shit.
time, for that
Yeah.
culture, for that time.
I might have to find one that adjusts for inflation as well, though. This one doesn't.
you're
It's just
right.
a straight total win, which is crazy. Obviously, the Titanic stands up to that level, but like, there's some like gross movies here. Like they're just terrible. So the Lord of the Rings: Return of the King comes at 1.1 billion. That sits at 30.
Right.
Oh,
What you want to notice about the top 10 as well? It's mostly franchise. It's like franchise style movies, right? So, and it's no surprise that Marvel goes so well because it's become more of a cultural thing than it is just a movie to watch.
So the original Lion King from 1994 comes in at 55 at $980 million.
Pretty good still.
Still pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Just before we shoot off, because we are hitting for pretty clear for time.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings is my favorite movie because I've watched the most, right? But do you have like a hipster favorite movie?
Like you keep watching it?
I hate to admit, but most of my favorite movies are pretty like just like out there anyway. So
Sharknado.
I get it. It's fun.
I like trashy movies.
Have you guys seen Man on Fire with Denzel
No.
Washington?
What's that?
It's an incredible piece of storytelling cinematography. It's a little bit like, you know, he does like the cop thing where he just goes and busts people up. But the overarching story of like Man of Fire, he's like a what's the word? Like a retired, like either military guy or security guard or something. Anyway, he moves to South America, and he's just working security for like a rich guy. But in the 80s and 90s, South America and the capital cities were known really badly for kidnappings.
Yeah.
And like the cartels would kidnap wealthy people and ransom them back. Anyway, the daughter of the family that he's looking after gets kidnapped, and the entire story is about him getting it back. And as much as it is like, you know, he's going around busting like shooting people and like killing stuff like that, the underlying story of his relationship with this young girl and his addiction to like alcohol and stuff like that. It's just such a good story, and I really highly recommend you go watch Man on Fire. It's
Okay.
I want to
Okay.
do.
It's a little depressing as a parent, like
Right.
whatever, but it's such a good story.
I'm going to do some homework and I'll go figure out what I like because I have a long list of movies I like. I can't pick out a favorite.
Sharknado.
If you were to recommend a movie to me, what would it be?
Have you watched Reservoir Dogs?
No, I have, but not in a long time though. But it's obviously like the what's his fucking name? The producer
Tarantino.
The Tarantino choice is very good.
Reservoir Dogs is just cool, like fun documentary. It's really a movie that is about like less is more. It's more about like actors just performing nicely in front of each other, smart writing, and that's all we really get out of it. There's not a lot of
Is
action in the
it
movie.
very intellectual?
No, you can just go in cheesy. The whole point of the movie is that it's just a bunch of dudes rob a bank, and then it turns out one person was a cop informant. One person's a snitch, and them trying to figure out among each other who the snitch was.
It's a good choice though. I haven't. It's been a long time since I've seen this, so I should go back and watch it.
Okay. Cool.
What about you, William? If you were to recommend me a movie, what are you going with?
Oh, my movie choices are pretty trash.
Just go for it. They're fun to watch, right?
Like, I have watched any version of Sharks combined with another shark, like another creature.
What was that one we played on the show on the thing?
Oh, dude.
So yeah,
Land Shark.
Yeah,
Wait, if you're
same idea.
listeners,
Sand Shark?
if you've got Amazon, please go watch Land Shark. It's fucking funny, man.
Land sharks, sand sharks, Sharktopus. Have you watched Sharktopus?
No.
William, do you like
Sharkenstein.
sharks?
Sharkenstein is fucking
You
funny.
mentioned Street Sharks, and now you're mentioning sharks again.
Oh,
You
that's what
sharks?
I like. No, I mean, I like those kind of movies.
Right.
Yeah,
The
I get
trashy
it.
shit.
The junk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like when I watch, like, you know, like Freddy versus, you know, Freddy, right?
Yeah. Freddy versus Jason?
No, Jason, right? Jason Voorhees, right? So there's a Jason 2000 or something. Have you watched that? Like a futuristic Jason?
No.
Oh, you should go watch it.
All right.
So Jason futuristic is like in the future, like in a year, like far in the future. Like it says when there's space travel, right?
Yeah.
They brought back Jason and like gave him like mechanical stuff. So it's like a cyborg Jason.
Cyborg Jason does sound fucking cool.
Check that out. Check that out.
Have you watched A Bronx Tale?
No.
It's a De Niro movie, but it's like that. It's like almost like a Italian mafia movie, but it's not Scorsese style.
Interesting.
A Bronx Tale.
Kang has taste.
Maybe we could. Yeah, that's because Kang is.
No,
Really
I just have
educated.
very specific things I like. Yeah.
I like trash when it comes to movie. Like I just want to be dead.
Maybe
My
we
brain
could do
just
some
shuts off.
watch-alongs in the store. We should put some of these cool movies on while we're.
I can fire off movies that like I think you, like I really like that you should watch. But that's just me being like, hey, you should check this out.
Yeah,
Have
go
you
on,
watched-
give us a
what was-
few.
did you-
All right.
did you ever watch The Departed? The Departed.
Let's do this. Get one night, even though you were working, we can put on a movie here.
Yeah.
And then get some food like roast duck or whatever shit.
Ooh.
Get it here, and then we can eat it on the table.
Have you watched No Country for Old Men?
What?
No Country
Yes,
for Old
I
Men.
have. Yeah, that's a good.
All right.
movie.
How about that? How about that? As an outing.
We'll contract Nem to cook the duck. What's
Nice.
the peaking part mean in the duck? What does that mean?
No,
actually
it's a
don't know.
style. It's a style.
Oh yeah, it's a style. Yeah.
So-
Basically, the duck is prepared in a certain way, and then they
Or
they
we can
basically
just get Nam to make the
they
barbecue and then
inflate
for
the
us.
duck in a way so
true.
the
Yeah?
skin lifts off the meat.
Yeah? How about that?
And then they
or we can just get
cook it so the skin is crispy and
because
the meat is still
Nam's
tender.
gonna take so long to cook that shit, so we're not gonna have any food. So we just
Oh,
get
dig.
some. We just get some roast duck. How about that as our first outing? Don't have to go out. Just eat here and watch a
So our
movie.
first outing is going to be an inning.
A movie night.
All right, movie night.
All right.
We'll book a date.
All right.
Dude, I'm keen. I love my movies, guys. I
Okay.
can talk about movies for
So,
hours.
well-
I guess we could do that on
wait,
a
wait,
Sunday
hold on,
here.
hold on.
Sunday night.
Hold on. We each person get to do like you pick your movie and then you present it to us, and then we watch. We have 3 movie nights.
gonna do
in
homework?
total.
All right.
All right. So pick your movie that you want to introduce to.
Well, you got to
each of
think.
us?
We also got to think about what each of us would like in a movie as well. Like, so we try to cater to each other.
Wait, are we picking a movie for someone else?
No,
We're
we
picking
just
our own movie.
we just pick like what we like and then try
a
to
movie that represents me
convince
for you.
and then like why I like that kind of movie and I'll tell you why.
And then we'll get the Patreon members to like they can come.
If you want to come, it's $150 platinum. You can join us for dinner and watch a movie and see what we like.
But then I want them to vote on who they like the most. I want to turn it into a competition where it's basically popularity contest.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
150
everyone.
bucks.
We're
Danny's
at-
gonna make it tonight.
We're at an hour and 45 minutes. Do we have any send-offs? Any last-minute goodbyes?
I just want to say thank you to everybody.
Thank you
I had a
to
good
our
day today.
sponsor.
It was long, but I had a great
Thank you
day.
to all our Patreon members. Thank you to our future platinum subscribers.
Let us know. Let us know what you think we would be as dog breeds. Yeah. What are we as dogs?
Oh yeah.
And if you have a movie that you want us to watch, please.
Recommend me movies. I
Recommend
love
it to us.
recommendations. Let me know.
I also want you to
I get a lot of choice paralysis when I'm trying to figure out what movie to watch next. So recommend me movies.
True.
please recommend the podcast to your third cousin if you can.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Spread that reach as far as you can.
Thank you.
And if you found the broadcast through like unconventional means or like you don't play hobby, let us know.
Yeah, if you
Why
haven't
are
been to
why
the
are you
boards,
listening to us?
Like,
Let us know.
if you haven't been to the boards, you found it from somewhere else. Let us know.
Thank you.
It'd be great.
Thank you very much.
Hooroo.
All right. Good night, everyone.